holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
You know what? The holiday.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. The new year is here, and it's that time for new beginnings and adventure, which may include buying, selling, or investing in real estate. If this is part of your 2020 plan, then give me a call, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-200-5503 is our telephone number to the Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline. We hope that you have finished your Christmas shopping. Chances are you didn't. So at 10 a.m. we'll let you go. You can go finish that. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, right here at the Low T Center Studio. My goodness. And a special guest this morning. We kind of look alike, kind of. Not really, but it's my brother. It's my brother Brian. Hey, brother Brian. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good
How
morning,
you doing?
Ben. Good morning, Ben. We great.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Great, man. My brother rocking the Tennessee Drake sweatshirt right there.
That was going to be my first comment this morning. Did you make fun of your brother
No.
breaking out that sweatshirt?
Not one time, man.
Like you do me when I break it out.
No, because he's not a Drake fan like you. He's a Drake fan, but not like you though. So
Right.
No, I did not bring it up to him.
It's not like I'm Drake's #1 fan or anything.
Probably number 2, but you close. You close, my friend. You okay this morning, Ben?
No, it was a terrible weekend.
You good?
I didn't realize it this morning until I was preparing my eggnog. I've got my cup full of eggnog over here. Legit full of eggnog.
You got some bourbon in there?
No, you know me, straight eggnog.
So what's the point?
If you got some bourbon, I'll add it to it this morning.
What's the point of having bubble guts for no reason?
Eggnog does not give me bubble guts, but it was a crappy weekend between the Lamonte Turner news and the Steelers losing to the Jets yesterday because Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges are the 2 worst quarterbacks I've ever laid eyes on. It was not a fun sports weekend.
Do you think Josh Dobbs would have done a better job yesterday? I know why he got cut and traded and whatever. Not really cut, but traded. I know why he lost his backup job. I get that. But at this point, do you think Josh Dobbs would have done a better job?
Mason Rudolph actually played well. He just got hurt. It was Duck Hodges who played very poorly and cost the Steelers the game. So I do think Dobbs would have played better than Duck Hodges. It's hard to believe him not playing better than Duck Hodges. Had 2 really bad interceptions. 2 interceptions like Brian Maurer threw against Mississippi State. Freshman in college mistakes, just trying to force the ball in there, trying to do too much. So I think Dobbs would have done better than Hodges. Mason Rudolph actually played well, had a really nice touchdown pass, and looked much more comfortable than the last time.
I have no room to talk because my Bears got just demolished. It wasn't even a game, and I wasn't even paying attention to it. We was watching reruns of The Masked Singer yesterday. So
time well spent.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't see.
Shout out to Wayne Brady, the Fox.
Well, to be honest with you, the folks can make fun of me for the Steelers. It does not hurt my feelings because, I mean, the Steelers just ran into bad luck this year. It's not like last year or the year before when they had Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, all this offensive talent, the best running back in the league, the best wide receiver in the league, a top 5, top 7 quarterback in the league, and they aren't doing anything. And this year they were out without their starting center, the starting left guard at times, multiple receivers at times. Big Ben's out for the year, and then they had to move on to the third-string quarterback at one point. James Conner could barely play. There was a time and point where Jalen Samuels, the backup running back, could barely play because of injury. The starting tight end was hurt. I mean, the Steelers had the best defense in the league, but because of terrible luck on offense with injuries, they couldn't take advantage of it.
All I know is it's 2-1 up in here. That's 2 for Grissom High School and 1 for Buckhorn High School. That's all I know.
How dare you?
Grissom representing. Me and my brother
Yes,
went to
sir.
Grissom, and you went to Buckhorn. And I told the story, Brian, last week. Not sure if you was listening at that point or not. If you snuck out of work and you was on the toilet listening. But I told the story about how your senior year basically lived like a grown-up by yourself.
Oh,
Yeah. You had your own apartment as a senior in high school. So you basically was like a freshman in college, but a senior in high school, and how mature you were as a senior. So Grissom up in here 2-1 over Buckhorn.
Well, the way I look at it is 3-0 with 3 Huntsville kids. Guys,
there we
men.
go. We'll take it.
Two, I guess 2 Huntsville men and one Huntsville young man, I guess.
We'll take it. Now we'll
I don't
take
wanna
it.
call y'all a boy.
Now we men, and we got a reminder of that yesterday because we went to the Y, played some basketball, train, workout, play basketball with my daughter, his niece, and we thought we were still in high school, and so we were doing some of the same training that we did on the basketball court as we did in high school, just trying to get my daughter, get her better, and we kind of went overboard.
Definitely went overboard.
Yeah. How long did the soreness take to take hold?
Immediately after the workout.
Like usually when you're young and you're in shape, it's the next day. Like you sore the next day. You take a nap or you go to sleep. The soreness kicks in the next day. Nah, man. The soreness kicked in before we left the building.
During the workout, actually.
Yeah. Knees was popping, back tighten up.
Oh, man.
Lungs was on 10. Oh, my God. So tired, but it was good, man. My knees are really sore this morning, though. I'm not going to even lie. Not even lie, man. I was walking like I was walking around like OJ. You know how OJ walk? I was walking around like OJ, man.
You walking around like
Limping.
Charles Barkley?
Yeah, I was limping, man.
If you fall down, you can't get back up.
Yeah, I was hurting this morning. So, Tennessee got a win over the weekend, but the win was overshadowed by a huge loss, and that loss was Lamonte Turner shutting it down, having surgery on that shoulder, and he's leaving Tennessee. He's done playing basketball at the University of Tennessee. And this is a major development for Tennessee basketball. Also, All-Star game, the North Carolina, South Carolina Shrine Bowl, where Jalen Hyatt, Tennessee wide receiver commit, stole the show, was the MVP, 2 touchdowns, had a great game. And Harrison Bailey lit the world on fire on national television where they played out in Las Vegas. They are now the 7th-rated team in the country according to Max Preps, and he lit the world on fire. Probably could have thrown for 10 touchdowns in the game, but he didn't. He only threw for 6,
Only, yes.
Only 6.
What, over 500 yards?
And 4 was in the first half. They beat the brakes off their opponent, and there was a special visitor there. That visitor was Darnell Washington, the number 1 rated athlete in the country. And during the interview, he announced that he has signed. He has signed, but he will wait to make his public announcement of where he's going to go to college at the Under Armour All-American game. And so we got plenty to discuss this morning. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and then Christmas is on Wednesday. And so we'll do the show today, and we'll do the show Friday, and that's the Swain event for the week. For Ben McKee and my brother Brian, Jason Swain here. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
For a limited time only, Hiller is offering 0% interest financing for up to 48 months on qualifying high-efficiency HVAC systems. With no down payment required, expert installations, and convenient monthly payments, now is the perfect time to schedule. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the happy face truck today.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You know what? The holiday season reminds me of SEC football. You need touchdowns over turnovers. So let me tell you about my friends who are ready to help. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union is ready to help you make this holiday season special for you and your family. They offer a special holiday loan at a very low interest rate and affordable payment to help you make those purchases for your family this holiday season. Oh, I get it. You're going all out this year. You're going to get that car, that boat, motorcycle, or camper for that special someone in your life. Alcoa 10 has the lowest interest rates around. They have money ready to lend you to help you make this holiday season one you would never forget. The process is fast, easy, and painless, and the decisions are made local, so you gotta give the loan experts at Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union a call, 865-977-3118, or check them out and apply online, atfcu.com. Better rates, better service, Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. ATFCU is an equal housing lender. Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health, and most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
If you want to chop it up with the fellas, call the Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline at 865-200-5503.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com. Fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 this morning is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Let's go to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's bring in our friend Mark. Mark, good morning.
Swain, my brother, what's happening?
What's happening, Mark?
How you been, man?
Man, wonderful, man. How are you?
That's good. Man, I couldn't be better. I couldn't be better. It's almost Christmas time. I hope Santa Claus is good to you and your youngins. But I got 2 words for you this morning.
What's that?
Harrison Bailey.
He's a
Holy
baller.
crap, that kid lit it up.
He's a baller.
Man, I've seen him play. I live down here in Georgia, so I've seen him play a lot this year, and I can't wait to see that boy in some orange.
I can't wait either, man. He's a baller. I want to see. I always want to see a player that dominates in high school, how they fare in college. Can they do the same thing? And the great ones can. They flash as a freshman. We saw that with Eric Gray. We saw that with Henry To'oTo'o. Not everyone did the same things in college as they did when they were in high school as seniors. So I like to see who is able to do that. And we saw some guys on this football team this year who was able to flash and remind us that, yeah, they were the top players in the country. And by the time they're maybe sophomores or juniors or seniors, they'll be doing the same thing for Tennessee. I can't wait to see what Harrison Bailey does when he gets here to Tennessee.
Man, he looked like he played a Nerf ball out in the yard with a bunch of kids that couldn't run. You know what I mean?
Doesn't look fair. But
it didn't look fair.
He got some nice weapons too now.
Now, that is a fact. He's got some really nice weapons out there. But, later on, if he gets a little slow, let's hear Brian tell some stories about how he used to punk Swaino when he was a kid.
Yes.
We got a story right here. I got a scar on my head right here from Brian. That was, and I reminded him over the weekend. I forgot what happened, but he was like, "What you say?" And I was like, "Brian, you won in 145 in your record against me. You better settle down." We've never really gotten a fight, but we were little, and we were in Chicago. I remember this like it was yesterday. We were in the back of Mother's car, and we were like driving along Lakeshore Drive. I remember seeing the water and all that, and I was very, very young, and there was like an aerosol can in the back, and I don't know what happened, but my brother hit me with the can, and I was bleeding everywhere, man, and probably should have went to the hospital to get stitches. Did not go to the hospital, did not get stitches, but I have a scar right here on my forehead from my brother. So,
if it was like my household, Daddy grabbed the super glue and say, "Yeah, you all right, boy."
Yeah, man, he got me. He got me that time right there. He got
That's
me.
the way it happened at our house.
Yeah.
And you know what? You tell that story, but me and my brother never fought either. We never throwed hands, but we grab each other and sling each other around the house. And like, I'm gonna go. Never would.
No.
And it still never has.
No, we never got in a fight before. Nope.
Last thing I got for you, dude, is I want to thank you for what you do. You mean a lot to these people that listen on this app, because all we get down here is that stupid dog talk. And I just want to thank you, bro. And I hope your next year is better than this year.
I hope so too, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Mark.
That's all I got, boys. Go Ross, baby! 8-5!
8-5 will work. 8-5 will definitely work.
I'll take it.
Yeah, man. We never got in a fight like that. We got stories for days though. We got some nice stories, but we never got in a fight.
He was always bigger, so didn't want to test that out. I never got in a fight, period.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
Me either. I've never been in a fight.
Scorpio, baby.
0-0, 0-0.
0-0.
Huh.
What's your record?
I've taken some L's back in the day.
I doubt very many though.
Yeah, I've taken some L's now. I've been in some fights, man.
If you've been in enough fights, I feel like you are bound to take some L's.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why when I talk to people, I talk with them with respect. I'm not one of these people that on social media who run their mouth, and they've never been in a fight before.
Ever.
They never been checked for something they've said to somebody. You can tell. You can tell
the difference between people who have been checked and have not been checked.
Oh, yeah. The ones that will say anything to anybody, you're like, oh, yeah, you've never been punched in your mouth before.
Never been humbled.
We can tell.
Yep.
We can tell. You've never been chin checked. We can tell. Yeah. Just keep it up, though. Your time is coming. 865-255-03B, dry waterproofing hotline. So, Lamonte Turner, no secret. We knew that his shoulder was severely damaged, and he was playing through the pain. One thing that's very impressive, though, I haven't seen him wince one time this season. Usually when you play in pain, and let's say someone hits your shoulder or you have a knee and you come down on your knee, there's a sharp pain that makes you at least have some type of facial expression. That was never the case with Lamonte Turner. Playing through injury. And I don't look at it like, oh, man, he's quitting. Guys, what he gave us was more than he should have gave us. He probably should have been out for the season before the announcement. I love me some Rick Barnes. I think he's very, very important to this community. You can tell how other people feel about Rick Barnes. The video that basketball put together where you had President Bush, Kevin Durant, all the players that played for him, Dickie Simpkins back in the day at Providence, Chicago Bull champion. That's right.
Had to throw that
That's
in
right.
there,
TJ Ford, Kevin
Brown.
Punter. I mean, you name so many players, and he's our coach. Rick Barnes changes lives. He builds young men. I love me some Rick Barnes. But this is the first time that Rick Barnes has been here where I'm like, oh, man, Rick misplayed that one. And I'm talking about the position that we're in. We don't have a point guard. We have Josiah James. That's really about it. We went out and we got 2 transfers. Both are unable to play. Lamonte Turner, we've had a history with his shoulder. He's out, and now we're kind of stuck. Now I wonder, okay, should we have maybe pushed away some guys a little bit earlier and signed some more guards to be in a better position than we're in right now? I don't know. But I think this is the first time where we can kind of question kind of the roster moves that was made that sit us in this position right now. Ben, what do you say?
I mean, we're looking in hindsight now.
Yeah.
My question would be, would Lamonte want to come back for a 6th year? Because this is already his 5th year on campus. He's a redshirt senior. Would Lamonte want to come back for a 6th year? I doubt that Lamonte, has a great chance of playing in the NBA per se, but he can make a lot of money playing overseas.
Yeah.
And so does Lamonte want to get a jump start on that?
Didn't he say that this was his last game at Tennessee?
Yes, but it is his last game because he's a senior. So, and as far as I know, the basketball, medical redshirt rules in general do not work the same as they do in football. So this isn't a situation to where, the basketball team isn't too far into the season, but I do think that he's played more than the percentage chance that would be required for him to get a red shirt. So,
what would you do if you were Lamonte?
I mean, I would shut it down.
What would you do, Brian, if you were Lamonte?
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Overseas.
He's not leaving the team. He's still going to be around the team. It's just, because he's a 5th-year senior, he has no more eligibility left. So that's why it was his last game as of all. But, he has, like he said, he has the same injury that Markelle Fultz dealt with, the thoracic outlet syndrome, which is a group of disorders that occur when blood vessels or nerves in the space between your collarbone and your first rib are compressed. This can cause pain in your shoulders and neck and numbness in your fingers. That's according to the Mayo Clinic. So, he could not shoot the ball. And as he mentioned during his interview that he did following the game, he wondered at times if it was mental. Like, he was so lost on the basketball court, he wondered if he was losing his mind. And if you remember Markelle Fultz, now Markelle Fultz is more serious because his is in his shooting shoulder, whereas Lamonte's is in his non-shooting shoulder. And Lamonte said that is actually great news for him personally because it'll be easier to recover from. It's not as serious as Markelle Fultz's injury. But if you remember, Markelle Fultz could not even hit the rim when shooting a free throw.
He had a corky janky looking free throw shot.
And everybody was making fun of him for
bad.
How did this guy just forget to shoot a basketball? Did the Bond stars come down and steal all of his basketball powers? I mean, those were jokes that people were making about Markelle Fultz, and some people thought he was never going to be able to shoot a basketball again effectively, and so that's what was going on with Lamonte. You have to shut it down at that point because you're hurting yourself and potential money that you could make, but then on top of that, as we saw, you're hurting Tennessee.
It's 2019. Markelle Fultz was drafted in 2017, and he just now is playing like a normal basketball player. Right. And he was the first overall pick. 2 years later, he's on his second team. So Lamonte is a soldier, is a warrior for just playing to this point when you think about it in that way. Josiah James, Jordan Bowden, those are your guys handling the ball.
Well, and dating back to Friday, Rick Barnes, in his media availability, I think it was around 1:30 or so, mentioned that Santiago Vescovi, the 4-star point guard signee who is originally from Uruguay, has spent the last year in the NBA Global Academy in Australia. He mentioned that he had taken the SAT to enroll early. That all went perfectly fine. He had all his academic ducks in a row, and that he would arrive on campus on December 28th, which is this coming Saturday. And on Friday, he said that it was highly unlikely that he plays at all this season. And we can dive into that a little bit more later if we need to. But at that point, I 100% agreed with Rick Barnes. I know Barnes received a lot of backlash on social media for saying that because everybody looked at what Lamonte was going through and just said, oh, just throw him in there anyways. I didn't like that idea of just throwing a freshman into the mix in Rick Barnes' system, a point guard no less. I didn't like that idea. But following the Lamonte Turner news, I don't think you have a choice but to throw him in the mix, regardless of if he just got on campus or not.
Here's a scenario where, as a coach, you're trying to do what's best for your team, but you're also trying to do what's best for the player. Mm-hmm. And there's a huge need for his play for sure, but at the same time, you're throwing him to the Sharks. He doesn't even know the offense. He doesn't know his teammates. He knows nothing. You're basically throwing him out there to play a pickup basketball game.
Yes.
And we look at Jarnell Stokes joining the Tennessee basketball program in January, but that was under Conzo Martin, the same coach that everyone criticizes because they don't have any offense at all. So, and he's a post player where all you have to do is just go down, bang some heads, bang some bodies, offensive rebound. You get a post entry, you do your thing, but it's a little bit different than running point. It's way different than running point.
For Rick Barnes.
So running point period, and then running point for Rick Barnes, where offensively we've seen the efficiency over the years under Rick Barnes. They run real offense. Mm-hmm. And Conzo Martin, his offense was stagnant. So, of course, it was easier for Jarnell Stokes. Playing post and Conzo's offense versus playing point guard and a Rick Barnes offense that is based on movement, reading defenders, being able to shoot that elbow shot coming off the curl. And if you're a point guard, you have to be able to deliver that basketball the right way. You have to know your teammates to know he's curling it. It's a straight cut. Is he gonna fade? Is he gonna flare? Like, you have to know all these things about your teammate if you're gonna play point guard. So I'm with you. Part of me is like, come on, Rick, throw him out there. But I don't know if you're doing the young man any justice throwing him out there because he's basically gonna waste a year.
Well, not only waste a year, but although I hate it for Jordan Bowden and Lamonte Turner, they don't deserve for their senior season to be this, but this year is a transition year to next year. Just on Friday, you and I were talking about the excitement around the potential roster that Tennessee is going to have. You know, Tennessee has Victor Bailey sitting out this year, the Oregon transfer. You've got Uroš Plavšić sitting out, the Arizona State transfer. And then, I don't know, who knows if Santiago is going to be sitting out now, but those are three key pieces for next year. So not only are you risking a year of eligibility with Santiago, but you're also looking forward to next year. What is in the best interest of next season? Is that letting him play for 2.5 months in a system that he doesn't know and letting him grow in that, or is it letting him grow in the system off the court during the offseason?
I'm over here laughing because there's words that you try to use to prevent from just saying what it is. And we've used every word known to man to try to say everything but a transition year. This is a transition year.
Yeah.
And I get folks come up to me. My brother does it all the time. When he sees me, he's like, man, what's up, big bro? You got swole, huh? You swole. Oh, big bro, you thick. You thick, big brother. What's up, big bro? Oh, man, you solid. You solid, big brother. Bro, just say it, man. I'm fat.
You put on a few pounds.
Just say it.
It's okay.
Just say it, brother. Oh, you solid. You thick. You lean. You swole. No, man, I got fat. That's why I went to the gym yesterday. That's why my knees hurt. That's why. So it is a transition year. We tried our best to not say it. I know Lamonte Turner didn't want to say it, but it is what it is. It is a transition year. Let's transition to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline, and let's bring in D.R. Vol. D.R. Vol, good morning.
Guys, we're going to have to find Bugs Bunny and just get some of Michael's secret stuff.
We need some, man. We need some.
I'm going to have to go back. And delete old tweets when we start conference play because it's not looking good this year.
Without Santiago, if he does not play, 8 scholarship players available, and 4 of them are true freshmen.
Yeah. Yeah, we need Bugs Bunny's secret juice. We need Bobby Boucher's secret water or special water. We need all that. We need
Airbud.
We need Airbud. We need Lil Bow Wow. What's that movie?
Like Mike.
We need Like Mike. We need them shoes, them raggedy Jordans that was hanging up on the telephone line.
Shout out to Calvin Cambridge.
Yeah, we need that. We need Ray Lewis's deer antler spray. We need Barry Bonds' secret injections. We need all that stuff right now.
Oh, a lot of prayer.
We need Sister Jean on our side.
Pray
Ben,
for us,
after the game, did Coach Barnes seem really surprised to you? I guess you were there post-game when he found out about Lamonte, because I thought it was odd. He announced it before he told his coach.
Rick Barnes spoke in his post-game press conference like he did not know. And that is me going back and kind of thinking about what he had to say in hindsight, because he talked about how Tennessee was able to do some new things on offense that they had not been able to do all season. And one of those things was put Lamonte in the post, because even though he's a guard, that he's pretty good in the post. He maneuvers well, and you saw him get some backdoor buckets there on the baseline. And to me, kind of looking back on that in hindsight, why would Rick Barnes talk about that if he knew Lamonte was moving on? And then he did have the statement that he released that after Lamonte announced to the media, he and his family sat down and met with me and informed me of his decision. So it did seem like Lamonte let the world know before Rick Barnes know.
You know what I thought was weird too? Lamonte did the one fly we all fly dunk. Mm-hmm. And when you tweeted that out, Ben, I was like, wait a minute. Wait. Whoa.
I didn't catch it either.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. The one guy that we have is hurt. He's doing an extra dunk that's really unnecessary. It's just for flash. It's just for show. Why is he doing the dunk? He has a bum shoulder. He didn't do a one-handed right-handed dunk. He did a two-handed backwards dunk. So he used both shoulders. That didn't make sense to me. I knew something was off. I did not know he was going to shut it down, but it didn't make sense to me that a guy who was hurt would do that. That's like me having a bum knee, and all week long I'm on pain medications and I'm just trying to get to the game. I'm just trying to play 40 snaps, 50 snaps. But you see me in warm-ups doing backflips, dancing, just being extra when I don't need to be because I'm already hurt. That's kind of what it equates to, in my opinion.
Well, maybe he knew that was his last time doing the we all fly dunk.
Yeah.
Going out with a bang.
Maybe.
I saw you tweet that, Swain. I was wondering, at first I was like, maybe Darnell Washington's out there and I'm not catching it or something.
Maybe.
Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I want to call in and thank y'all. I really do appreciate the show. Christmas time is kind of a hard time for a lot of people, including me, and I really do appreciate all y'all do. I do like being able to listen and learn words like awesomeism. You know what he said?
Awesomistic.
Awesomistic.
Awesomistic. Mm-hmm.
I did learn a new word last night, and I'll let you go. And it's how to spell Jets, Jets, Jets. See you guys.
Hung up on him quick.
Oh, Ben.
I'm moving on from that. Do you have a problem with Lamonte? If it is true that he kind of let the world know before Rick Barnes, do you have a problem with that? Because, and to give a little background, I was sitting in front of Lamonte with my phone out recording him. I post all of the player interviews on YouTube for RTI, and so I was just doing my normal thing, and I knew something was up with Lamonte before he announced that. If you go check out the video, the full video, I clipped the one that I put on Twitter. I clipped just the part to where he said he was leaving Tennessee. But if you go to RTI's YouTube page and look at Lamonte's interview, before he kind of goes into him shutting it down, you can tell something was on his mind. You could tell he was emotional. He was looking around, not really paying attention to the questions, not really giving an answer. You could tell he was fighting back tears. Again, he was like looking around, looking at different people to see kind of who all was standing around him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got emotional in that moment and kind of just was like, I can't do this anymore. I think he got caught up in the moment to a certain extent. And should Lamonte probably have told his head coach that, hey, I'm doing this before he announced it publicly? Probably. But I also think like Rick Barnes kind of admitting that in his press release either, saying that Lamonte told the media before he told me. Just your thoughts on that overall situation.
I mean, I think you can love a player and everything that he does and then not agree with a move that they make or something that they do. You know, we can love Juwan Jennings for everything that he's done on the football field, but we can also realize where he has come up a little bit short.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that with Admiral Schofield. We did that with Admiral Schofield when Admiral Schofield sent out a cryptic tweet, and it looked like it was a shot towards Rick Barnes. I remember that. I'm not taking up for Admiral Schofield on that tweet, but at the same time, I love Admiral Schofield. How he carried himself at Tennessee, how he represented himself at Tennessee, the player that he was, how hard he played. I respect his hard work and the process and where he is today. Like I can compartmentalize. I don't have to be either a sheep or a hater. I don't have to be one of those two. I can say, hey man, you did everything great, but not right here. Lamonte, I love Lamonte. I love how he plays. I understand his story probably more than others because I know people from Huntsville that know him, and so I know his story, and I respect his story. And I would prefer him have a conversation with Rick Barnes if he's going to say that. I prefer that, but I don't think he did it maliciously.
No.
I just think he was emotional, and he kind of let the cat out of the bag a little too soon, but I understand.
Said that he and his family had made the decision the night before. So I don't know. It also kind of looked like maybe Bowden was caught off guard too. Like maybe Bowden knew. It was just a crappy weekend.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that, man. I think
he got caught up in the moment.
You have your immediate family, you have your blood family, and don't ever get that confused with
basketball family.
Your basketball family, because they're different.
Both important, but different.
They're different. You know, I see schools all the time saying, "Family, #family." Nah, stop.
Yeah,
you got your family, and then you have your football team, basketball team, family, and that's a different set of family members right there. But I think before letting the world know, he should have let his basketball family know.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree.
Because his decision affects others.
Oh, it absolutely does. I just feel really bad for Lamonte. I know there are some fans, not a lot, but there are some who feel a certain type of way about Lamonte because of his shooting struggles recently. And
why would they feel? What way, man?
Well, you see people on the text box and on Twitter commenting, wishing that Lamonte would not shoot anymore and things like that, and they're kind of tired of watching him play and that they sit on the bench. There were those comments to start this year, down the stretch last year, but now I hope there's clarity as to why he was struggling. And to me, I mean, how does he hit that game winner against VCU with everything going on? How does he hit the shot against Kentucky last season with everything going on. But ultimately, I just feel really bad for Lamonte because he is one of the all-time Vols. Not like top 5, top 10. I'm not trying to say that. But, I mean, he had a great career at Tennessee. One of 5 players to score over 1,000 points, over 300 rebounds, over 300 assists, in with the names like Allen Houston. I mean, he accomplished things like that. So Lamonte did not deserve for his career to end like it did. That's my ultimate point.
We don't have to always ESPN everything. When there's news, we always got to make a list and put people in order. We don't have to do that with Lamonte. We don't have to put him in a list of favorite Vols or top Vols. He's just a damn good Vol.
Yes.
I mean, he's just a dang good Vol. And we appreciate his contributions to Tennessee basketball. He gave it his all, and that's all we want. Give your all. Of course, we want to win. We want great performances. But at the very minimum, we want you to give your all, and Lamonte Turner did that. He gave more than his all. So we appreciate Lamonte. 865-255-03 beat dry waterproofing hotline. We'll check out the text box when we come back from break here on the Swain event. Hour 1 is powered by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Our telephone number is 865-255-03. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Swain event.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof. Games is a fun time at HamptonInn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Hope you're having a great time off if you are off from work. If you are at work, we appreciate you listening to the show while you're supposed to be working. We won't tell anybody.
Devontae.
We know it's you. We know it's you. Rodney and Austell says, I'm going to help the both of us out. Don't worry about what I said about the basketball game. LOL, I played on the cruise, and I'm officially done. I have never been this sore in my life. No, Rodney and Austell, we playing. No, don't try to go back on what you said. We playing, man. We both going to just be sore then. We're going to play one good game and just be sore. Yeah. I haven't shot ball in probably 3 or 4 weeks. And it was all right yesterday. Still got a little jump shot. Took a little time.
Like riding a bike.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. Took a little time. But we're good to go. Brandon says, I've had a neck fusion and have been dealing with the same injury as Lamonte, and I give him all the credit for playing through that. The pain and discomfort is no joke. He gave his all for Tennessee. D. Cody, good morning, fellas, and hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and safe travels for the holidays. Chip Payne says, not fat, you just got big bones. Nah. What they say, Brian? It ain't big bones.
Just got regular bones with big meat wrapped around it.
Exactly. D. Cody says, can anyone answer me? What in the heck is Antonio Brown doing on Twitter with his guitar? And I thought he said no more Caucasian women, or was he referring to the booger sugar? That dude has lost his mind. Yeah, Antonio Brown, man, I think something's going on with him, and I hopefully he gets some help. Something's up with him,
or get a job.
Something's up with him, man. Something's up with him.
It's Mike Tomlin's fault. Remember,
it's Mike Tomlin's fault. That's right. The Cowboys, my goodness.
They have talent to make the Super Bowl, and they had so many. You want to talk about coaching decisions? They had what, 3rd and short with the game on the line, and Zeke's not even in the game.
Was it you that I was talking to? I was like, oh yeah, the Cowboys should win.
Yes, I think so.
So I mean, the Cowboys should win. The Eagles, they don't have any players healthy.
They're hurt.
Half the roster's out.
But the game on the line there at the end, Amari Cooper and who's the other Cowboys receiver? Not Gallup. Amari Cooper and gosh, what's the other one?
Tavion Austin, Randall Cobb,
Cobb and Amari Cooper were both on the sideline on like the last play of the game, and they throw a 50-50 ball to Gallup. And Gallup's been good, but you have Amari Cooper and Randall Cobb, and they're not in the game on the final play, and then you throw a 50-50 ball to Gallup, the 3rd best receiver.
Ooh, a lot of drops, a lot of bad throws.
That's no effort
wide
right
open.
there.
A lot of.
So
that's all coaching, because they have so much talent. They have Super Bowl talent. And
They do.
The clapper. And did you see after the game where they couldn't get home to Dallas because the plane that they were going to take home was deemed unflyable?
Oh,
so they were stuck in Philly for hours.
Oh, man.
Who knows if they even made it home?
Oh, man.
So my biggest question is, who is the next head coach for the Dallas Cowboys?
That's a good question, man. That's a good question.
Who are the top candidates?
If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm talking to Matt Rule of Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reaching out to Dan Mullen of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reaching out to Spencer Riley, Oklahoma.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley. Spencer Riley played Tennessee. Lincoln Riley. I'm reaching out to
Urban
Meyer for sure.
I would reach out to all of those names. I mean, there's a great list of candidates, but if you are Matt Rule and you're more of a CEO type head coach, why would you go to the Cowboys? Especially when you have it.
It's Cowboys, man.
I know, but he could get the Giants job. Why would you want to go work for Jerry Jones?
The talent in New York is atrocious. And
Well,
Gettleman's
I'm
not the best
debating
GM, in my opinion. Look at what he did with Carolina and Steve Smith and not giving Cam Newton any receivers, any playmakers around him. But I look at the roster in Dallas and think about when Dallas was at their best. Back in the mid-'90s,
Mm-hmm.
Remember who the coach was? It was college coach Jimmy Johnson, who could identify and mesh with those players. And you look at this Dallas Cowboys team, they're young. So you add a guy like Matt Rule, you add a guy like a Dan Mullen, Urban Meyer, a college coach. I think he'll be able to get a little bit more out of those guys, to be honest. Now, the thing you worry about is will the college coach get ate up X's and O's wise. So you got to make sure you put a good staff together. But I think Jerry Jones should go the college coach route because you got a lot of young players, and it's not a talent issue. It's a want to issue. It is a mental and heart issue that's going on with the Cowboys. All right, enough of the Cowboys. They stink.
Who would you hire? You asked the question. Who would you go get?
Jeremy Pruitt.
Stop.
I can see Jeremy Pruitt and Jerry Jones going at it.
They would throw hands.
They would throw hands for sure. Let's go to the phones. Who we got?
Vol Nation.
Vol Nation, good morning.
Morning, family. How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good.
I'm doing great. Now, are the Dallas Cowboys? There is no scenario for them to go to the playoffs. Are they just done, or because
they still haven't?
I think they're done, but we can check it out.
I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, I got a lot of friends that are Dallas Cowboy fans. They've been talking a lot of noise, so I was just wondering if they were even going to make the playoffs. So. Being a Titans fan, they trying to give me a hard time, and I said, it's all good. I said, I believe we still gonna make the playoffs. They couldn't see it a few weeks back, but now they're sitting on the outside looking in, and we sitting in the catbird seat because I'm looking at the situation when we're in, and looking at the situation with the Texans. Will they even play any of their players? You know what I'm saying? Why would they? They have no reason to. They may sit people down.
Cowboys, they need to win in Week 17, and they have to beat the Giants and have the Giants beat the Eagles in the final week of the season to make the playoffs. So they got to win against the Redskins, and they need the Giants to beat the Eagles to sneak in. So they'll be 8-8.
Wow. Well, they may have a shot.
They still have a shot.
With us, like I said, beating the Texans on the road, or Pittsburgh losing to the Ravens, which that may happen, and the Ravens are just beasting right now.
Well, to your point about the Texans not playing their players, if the Ravens play Lamar Jackson and their players, they are stupid. The Ravens actually winning this weekend and beating the Browns was a great thing for me and my Pittsburgh Steelers because with that, they clinched the number 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Therefore, they have zero to play for this weekend other than the fact that it would be cool for them to bump their rival, the Steelers, out of the playoffs. But even that is not worth playing Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, who already hurt his hamstring. I think it was his hamstring. His calf.
Yep.
So the Ravens, they're going to be sitting their players too.
Yeah, that's true. That's possible, So we'll see. Then you got the Colts that could lose to the Jags, and then you got the Raiders losing to the Broncos. So those are all different scenarios for the Titans to be able to get in. But the easiest way is just go out there and play football and win. They were able to rest Henry this past week, and help his hamstring out. So hopefully they can be full strength. I saw that Corey Davis was on concussion protocol, and so they got to get healthy so they can make this run. Because Tannehill's doing some big things out there, man. He's throwing that football all over the place, and they're clicking on offense. I think the run game will help the defense out a little bit because they're scoring quickly. They're picking up chunks. That A.J. Brown is almost unguardable out there, man. He's doing whatever he want to do as a rookie. So he's something special to watch, man. But, I did call earlier. I wanted to call in because, Swain, since last year, we've been talking about Harrison Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy is special. Now, I'm hoping he can come in and redshirt for a year. I know people don't want to hear that, but it would be nice because I think to give him a time to get a year in the playbook, get him up to about 225, and even increase his arm strength a little bit better, his accuracy a little bit more, get some wide receivers ready to go because I think he's going to be special. And that's why I talked about this 3 to 4 year process. In next year. Well, not this coming season, not the 2020 season, but the year after that, where if he redshirted or if he only played 4 games, he would be a redshirt freshman. I think that could be a very special year for the Volunteers, especially with him out there at quarterback, offensive line straight. We have running backs galore. We could have wide receivers that are just ready to go out there. And the defense is going to be amazing. I'm looking at the recruiting class that we got right now, and I know this is probably something for Chris Lowe or Austin. But looking at the recruiting class, we got 21 guys in. I know they mentioned something about possibly blue shirting or gray shirting a couple of guys to maybe increase our numbers. But looking at what we're trying to maybe upgrade coming up in February.
Mm-hmm.
What is our most, I guess, glaring area of need? Would it be cornerback, DL, wide receiver, tight end, or outside linebacker, or all of the above? You know what I'm saying? Well, I know we got not necessarily not having guys coming back next year, but the thing about it is some of these guys are juniors this year, so that when they come back next year, they'll be seniors, and then they'll be dropping off. And so then that 2021 year comes in, and I know he's wanting to kind of not necessarily stack the deck, but begin to plug some holes there so that way we don't have a gap there and be short. And I'm looking at some of the guys that he's looking at, that's like that we're maybe going to be getting in contact with. I don't know if you heard of the Demon Clowney, which is Jadeveon Clowney's cousin, decommitted from LSU on National Signing Day. He's a defensive lineman, 6'4", 225, defensive end, linebacker type of a guy. And I didn't know if you knew anything about him.
Yep.
But I was looking at that, and maybe even Jason Jones, who's a 6'6", 340 dude that didn't commit to or sign with Alabama. Have you heard of either one of those two?
Yeah, I've heard of those names, Vol Nation. Thanks for the phone call. Merry Christmas to you, your family. I've heard of those names. I think Tennessee is going to turn their attention to Jay Hardy. Jay Hardy did not sign with Auburn, and if he was solid 100%, he would have signed with Auburn. I think Tennessee has a chance with him. Darnell Washington, I think when you talk about position of need, I think it's tight end. You're losing Dominic Wood-Anderson. We have some guys that entered last year's class. Sean Brown was one.
Jackson Lowe.
And Jackson Lowe was one. You still have Jacob Warren. You got Austin Pope, but they need another dude. They need a guy who's more of an athlete like Dominic Wood-Anderson. And that's why if it's not Darnell Washington, it'll be D. Beckwith. It'll be D. Beckwith, 6'4", from Florence, cousin of Lamonte Turner. Go look at his film. He's a baller. He's really, really good.
I'm going to go with wide receiver. Losing Callaway and Juwan Jennings, even though we still have Palmer, you just have to fill some big shoes with those playmakers and leadership and experience they have.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yep, no doubt. No doubt. Hour 2 coming up around the corner. Stay with us.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app. Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
You know what? The holiday season reminds me of SEC football. You need touchdowns over turnovers. So let me tell you about my friends who are ready to help. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union is ready to help you make this holiday season special for you and your family. They offer a special holiday loan at a very low interest rate and affordable payment to help you make those purchases for your family this holiday season. Oh, I get it. You're going all out this year. You're going to get that car, that boat, motorcycle, or camper for that special someone in your life. Alcoa 10 has the lowest interest rates around. They have money ready to lend you to help you make this holiday season one you would never forget. The process is fast, easy, and painless, and the decisions are made local. So you gotta give the loan experts at Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union a call, 865-977-3118, or check them out and apply online, atfcu.com. Better rates, better service, Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. Flowing and going this morning. Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall and alumnihall.com. You still got time, folks. Christmas is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. You still got time. Turkey Creek location, Paper Mill location, and West Hampton Mall location. Get there and get that Tennessee Volunteer and your family hooked up with some orange and white. Alumni Hall and alumnihall.com. All right, touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. We get a matchup, a huge matchup on Christmas Day, NBA, Clippers, Lakers, the Battle of LA. Opening game, the Clippers got the best of the Lakers without Paul George. Touchdown turnover, the Lakers will win on Christmas Day versus the Clippers. The Lakers will win on Christmas Day versus the Clippers. Touchdown turnover.
Turnover.
You got the Clippers?
I got the Clippers. Lakers been struggling recently. Clippers have been on a roll. I'm going with Kawhi. PG.
I'll go with Kawhi as well. I'll say turnover. To your point, I literally just saw where the Lakers had started 24-3, and they've lost their last 3 games.
Yeah.
So I like the Clippers more than I like the Lakers. Obviously, I'd rather have AD and LeBron over Kawhi and Paul George. I think Paul George is the weak link in kind of that 2-on-2 basketball game. But I would take the Clippers as a team over the Lakers as a team. So I like the Clippers. But how about the NBA took an L on this Christmas schedule? Because in theory, they're good matchups on paper. But like the Celtics and Raptors, the Raptors are without Pascal Siakam.
Mm-hmm.
They're without Marc Gasol. And they're without Norman Powell. Then you look at the Bucks 76ers. I think the 76ers are dealing with some injuries. The Rockets Warriors, we all know what's going on with the Warriors. They're 6-24 this season. And then the Pelicans Nuggets at 10:30 at night. Zion hasn't played this year. And then on top of Zion, the Pelicans have underperformed. They're 7-23. I mean, nobody thought they'd win the NBA championship this year, but they have too much talent to be 7-23. So really your only game is the Clippers, Lakers, and I like Bucks 76ers. Giannis is the best player in the NBA right now. It's not even close.
I'm going touchdown, man. LeBron James did not play yesterday. Of course, they lost. LeBron didn't play. He was chilling, resting. He was resting, getting ready for that game against the Clippers on Christmas Day. So I think they're gonna come out guns blazing. I didn't think the Clippers looked all that great when they played the Thunder. They lost to the Thunder, so I'm going with LeBron. LeBron James.
It's just really disappointing that the NBA did not put the greatest point guard to ever grace a basketball court on television on Christmas. That being Ja Morant.
Like, who is that?
Ja Morant. Brian.
Oh, boy. Justin on the text box says, Jakari Caldwell.
Please.
He is a 6'4", 200, I think he's 190, 195, something like that, receiver from Northwestern High School. And he's blowing up quick. He's blowing up fast. He was also playing in that Shrine Bowl All-Star game with Jalen Hyatt, South Carolina versus North Carolina. And it looks like South Carolina is going to be the team to beat for Jakari Caldwell. But I think Jay Hardy is obviously a high priority. I think Jakari Caldwell is someone Tennessee's recruiting really hard. D. Beckwith is who we talked about before the break, or who I mentioned before the break. You look at his film, he does it all for his team. Mm-hmm. He's playing running back, he's playing quarterback, he's playing slot. But you look at his size, he's 6'4", he's 215. He gains a couple pounds. You put him at tight end, H-back, whatever, and he's a matchup problem. He's an athlete. So you know he plays basketball. If it's cousin Lamonte, you know he plays basketball. And so I think he's the backup playing Darnell Washington. I don't have a great feeling about Darnell Washington coming to Tennessee. So I know everyone is like, but why would he go to the All-Star game unless he wanted to see Harrison Bailey? I don't think it's Tennessee. I think it's Georgia. But that's just me. We'll see what happens.
Coming in like the Grinch this morning, just in time for Christmas.
Have people been thinking it's Tennessee?
You know the answer to that.
I just
absolutely.
I don't have a good feeling.
So, with you mentioned Jay Hardy and D. Beckwith and Jakari Caldwell, do you think that is a situation to where Tennessee is just trying to take the best remaining talent on the board, the best player available type deal, or do you think that is a situation to where they are trying to address needs? Obviously, with the current state of Tennessee football, every position is a need, but because to me it almost feels like every position except for tight end has been addressed in this class that needed to be addressed.
Yeah, I think it's need and best available who you have a chance with. So we started late on Caldwell. Mm-hmm. I mean, South Carolina offered us first by like 6 days. He's right there in their own backyard. South Carolina would be very, very dumb to allow Tennessee to come into their backyard again and get another wide receiver that they did not get who was good enough to play in the SEC. So I can anticipate Carolina doing everything they can to keep him in state. You look at Beckwith, who is right down the road. His cousin played at Tennessee. We want him. There's room for him. There's a need for him. We need an athletic receiver like him, or athletic tight end, H-back athlete like him. And then you look at Jay Hardy. Come on now, in-state guy, first top-rated player in the state of Tennessee, defensive tackle. That is a position of need, and he's an in-state player who happens to be really good. So if you get Jay Hardy, if you can get him, certainly you do it. And maybe you look at the transfer portal. Maybe you look at bringing in some transfers in that area. So I don't necessarily look at just the high school players coming in. It's all about improving your roster. That is what this time of the year is all about. Yeah, you want to be number 5, top 10 in the rankings because we're always competitive. We want to see that power T at the top of any list. But for me, I don't let that cloud my judgment. It's about adding talent to your roster. And I don't care if they are true freshmen from high school. I don't care if they come in with only 3 years left because they transfer from another school. I don't care. It's about adding talent, making the roster better. And you can do that a number of different ways.
To Vol Nation's question about from now until the signing day in February, which position does Tennessee need to address most? Obviously, you take best player available. I think Jay Hardy is probably the best player available left on Tennessee's board. But position-wise, just strictly position, I would like to see Tennessee add another DB and another tight end.
Yeah, I'm going interior lineman on defense and tight end. That's where I'm going. Yeah, I think our D-line did a pretty good job of filling in when Emma Gooden got hurt, but you still need more of those. We got lucky with how healthy we was outside of Emma Gooden. We got lucky, and so I think we need more guys up front, and I think we need another tight end. So I would go D-tackle, tight end would be my two positions of need. But you can't have too many DBs because they play special teams and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I just look at the DBs, and unless somebody is moved to defensive back, they're only bringing in 2.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you have guys on the roster, too. You're not super old at that position right now. You lose Nigel. But I would like to see them add another DB. It looks like, Denico Slaughter is a slot guy? A nickel guy?
Yeah, nickel. Nickel.
That's where it seems like he'll start at first. I know he can play all 5 positions, so can Keyshawn Lawrence, but
yeah, Denico's ideal nickel. Keyshawn can play all 5 positions.
Okay.
But you never know. I mean, you get Ainsley, you get Pruitt on him, and Denico probably could play corner too. Who knows? Speaking of DB and Pruitt, Brian here, my brother, played against Pruitt when Pruitt was the defense coordinator at Hoover.
Hoover High School. I was actually featured on Two-A-Days, MTV.
They showed you Grissom
that game, the first round of the playoffs. Wasn't much of a game.
No, it wasn't.
In your favor or Hoover's favor?
Hoover, obviously.
Yeah, man, it's
about a 30-point blowout.
Did you make any plays?
No.
But
no action.
Hoover did not throw to your side though, because you play corner, right?
Yeah, I played against their number 1 receiver. I forgot his name.
Yeah, man.
But since I didn't receive any action, it was my senior year. The coaches felt sorry for me and said, "Hey," handed me the ball off, so I had some runs on Hoover, 5, 10, 15 yards.
There we go. Yeah, Brian played DB.
You had him in handcuffs?
If you can. Schematically, yes.
Yeah, you can call it that. Locked down. Brian's like Dion out there.
Brian Island.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's not embellish.
Let's go to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individuals. Hey, who you got with you there, bro?
My brother.
Brother? He my brother, too, I guess.
What's up, brother?
I haven't got to meet him yet.
Yeah, he's my real brother.
Blood brother.
Yeah, we blood brothers.
There you go.
Not soul brother.
He raised up them 2 fingers. That reminded me, last week I called in, last show you had, and the Georgia fans showed up at the door barking. And so I had to, I got honored with the Chip Dick player of the week or day or something or other. And I was wondering, are you going to give out that on a regular basis, and could it be the Chubb hand that you give as a trophy?
Who would we give that to? What honor? I mean, what award?
Well, it just, I don't know, an outstanding
one hand catch,
question or caller or
Chubb hand.
Maybe the worst. Maybe one that can land a plane better. I don't know.
I'm going with the Chip Dip caller of the week. I like that one, or Chip Dip caller of the day.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, I'll put my name in the hat. By the way, you talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Who of those coaches that you mentioned would be the same mindset and attitude of a Jimmy Johnson? Because that's what you're going to have.
That's a good point, Turkey Man.
Probably Urban.
And see, I think Urban and Jerry Jones would clash like all get out.
Yeah, but if you want to win, because you think about Jimmy Johnson, charismatic, and he had clout because he won a championship at the college level. Mm-hmm. Good hair too, Turkey Man. That's right.
Well, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Good to meet you, there, Brian.
Good meeting you too, Turkey Man.
And maybe one day get set down and eat some banana pudding. If he not till you get some banana pudding, and you're missing anything.
Yeah, he's going to get something today.
Later. Merry Christmas.
He's going to get something today. I'm going to be calling him swollen thick.
Oh, yeah.
After today.
Can't wait.
Y'all both going to look like offensive linemen.
That's right. That's right. Also, Urban Meyer, you think about Jimmy Johnson, they had some discipline on the field, not necessarily all the discipline off the field. So Urban, kind of the same too. Look at his days at Florida or Ohio State. Yeah, really disciplined teams on the field, but guys did what they wanted to do off the field a little bit and kind of push the envelope. So I think Urban would be. I would go Urban if I was Jerry Jones, and I would let my ego. I would check my ego at the door, but we'll see.
That is not going to happen. The Cowboys are not going to be successful until Jerry Jones is no longer running things.
Yeah, well.
Because when was the last time they won a Super Bowl? 1985. Something like that.
It was 96.
96.
Yeah, it was 96.
Oh, was it? I thought it was 80-something.
No.
It feels like 80-something.
It's in the mid-90s.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was mid-90s.
A long time ago.
They were probably the best team of that decade, them and the 49ers.
How dare you disrespect the Vols like that?
I'm talking about the pro team,
Peyton
Ben.
Manning and T.
Wake
Martin.
up, Ben.
T. Martin would have destroyed the Cowboys and the 49ers. And that Al Wilson and Fred White and
that was won 3 Super Bowls in a row.
I don't care. We had Peerless Price.
P. Price?
D.R. Hall says, what do y'all think of Jordan Birch not signing with South Carolina? Their fans still feel good about him signing. Jordan Birch is from Columbia. He's 5-star defensive tackle, and he picked Carolina on signing day, but he did not sign. I don't know the reason why you would do that, but what you got, Ben?
Just listening to people that know a lot more about the situation than I do, like the Barton Simmons of the world, he just was not. It was hard for him to make a decision. So
he just picked Carolina for now,
I guess.
Recruiting for you.
From a Tennessee standpoint, what are the other schools he is considering? To be quite honest, I did not pay attention to that recruitment.
Me either, but it just doesn't make sense to pick a school on early signing day and not sign unless you're thinking about going somewhere else.
Yeah, unless he had a whole shindig set up.
Doesn't make sense.
And I want to know who are the other teams he is considering. Like if he is considering Clemson as his number 2 school, I think it's a great thing for Tennessee because hopefully he'll go to Clemson and not South Carolina. And Tennessee won't have to play against him. So if he's going to go to a school that Tennessee is not going to play year in and year out, I think it's a great thing.
High school coach said that they want to sign with their teammates. He says, I think Jordan and other Carolina commit Alex Huntley value signing with their teammates. And to me, that's a reason they decided not to sign early.
Okay.
So to him.
Okay.
To him. That's what he feels is the reason why Birch did not sign early.
Alrighty.
You can still sign and be with your teammates at signing day. You still stay at the table, sit at the table.
Correct.
I mean, I heard that for Jay Hardy, too. I heard, Jay Hardy wants to sign with his teammates. He can sign now and still be with his teammates on signing day.
Jay Hardy is torn. That's why Jay Hardy did not sign.
Oh, boy. Hour 2 continues after this.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Hey, it's Chris Lowe of ESPN. And listen, maybe Jason Swain didn't wear number 1 quite as well as the great Leonard Little did at Tennessee, but he is your go-to guy for all things Big Orange. Join us weekly on the Swain event, brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine and trsportsmedicine.com.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf. Then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all of those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. The new year is here, and it's that time for new beginnings and adventure, which may include buying, selling, or investing in real estate. If this is part of your 2020 plan, then give me a call, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC this morning is brought to you by 42nd Street. Start off the new year with 42nd Street. If you want to up your branding game, website design, logo design, and print design, 42sd.com. Ben, what do we have for around the SEC?
Talk about some SEC basketball. Tennessee was not the only team to play over the weekend. Tennessee did have a big win. We spent the first 40 minutes or so talking about Lamonte Turner. Tennessee did beat Jacksonville State on Saturday in what was a very boring basketball game.
It was boring.
Dude, Tennessee went 7 minutes and 16 seconds, I believe it was, or 31 seconds without scoring in the first half. And it wasn't because of bad offense. They just simply weren't making shots. They had wide open look after wide open look after wide open look, and just nothing was falling. And Barnes said that post game. I asked Jordan Bowden about that, and Bowden said that the coaches were telling them to keep taking the shots. They're open, and eventually they will fall. And they did eventually fall. I believe they scored 45 points in the second half to beat Jacksonville State.
Question for you, Ben.
75-53. Yes, sir.
Before the season started, we felt like this team would make it to the tournament. Do you feel the same now?
I think so. As crazy as it sounds, what do you think the target win would have to be? I think it's around probably 20. And the reason I think so is because the SEC is not as good as we thought it was.
No.
It's still a good league, but it's not as good as it has been the last 2 or 3 years.
But that means that the SEC won't get as many teams as maybe they did last year.
That's true.
The conference is not as good. They're not going to force teams into the tournament from the SEC just because the SEC is a Power 5 school. They'll just go somewhere else.
No, for sure. And I think the thing that will hurt Tennessee if they don't make it is that outside of conference play, there aren't a lot of opportunities for big non-conference wins. In fact, there's only one, and that's at Kansas in January. And Kansas lost this weekend to Villanova. I think it was Villanova. But I'm sorry, I don't see Tennessee beating Kansas on the road. You have Wisconsin this weekend, but Wisconsin is a 500 basketball team this year.
Yeah, they're not that good.
They're not the Frank Kaminsky, Sam Decker Wisconsin.
The SEC got 7 teams in last year.
Right.
So I mean, if we're looking at this year, and let's say it's 6, well, Florida last year was a 10th seed. Ole Miss was a 8th seed. Everyone else was either 5 or above. So Auburn was a 5th seed. Mississippi State was a 5th seed. And you kind of look at Mississippi State, the team that they were. Auburn obviously caught fire late and was awesome. Ole Miss didn't really do much in the tournament. Florida beat Nevada. That was about it. And if Tennessee is going to be in there, maybe it's going to be a 8 to 10th seed, something like that. But
Do you think they'll make it?
Man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hopeful that they will make the tournament.
I think they'll build a bubble team.
I think they will,
and I
too.
think reputation will be the reason why Tennessee gets in.
Yeah. No, I don't think they'll fall off a cliff, though, like many people think.
Yeah.
I mean, even with Lamonte struggling, I mean, they're still a good basketball team. I know it feels all doom and gloom right now.
But Lamonte can't even struggle anymore for this team because he's done. So, you just take out the possibility of him not struggling and finding his shot. That's not happening. He's not even on the court.
Well, forget that. How about the 11 assists that he dished out on Saturday?
Yeah, so, I mean, you can have good days and bad days when you're inconsistent. You're not going to have any days of Lamonte Turner. So you had the game winner against VCU. You also had the bad performance against Florida State. You won't have any of them because Lamonte is done. So now you have to find another person in the rotation to give those minutes to. Guys got to be smarter about picking up fouls. Guys got to be in better shape. I mean, it's a ripple effect. So, I say bubble team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make it. And I think if they get in, it'll be slightly.
You think they'll make it, Brian?
Last 5 in.
Last 5 in? Last 5 in is better than nobody in.
Yeah, no.
To run through these scores real quick, because I have to mention some of these SEC basketball scores because some of them were very appealing. Missouri beat Illinois 63-56. Shout out to Konzo. Good for him. A nice win in the bragging rights game. Big rivalry game there in Missouri. Ole Miss skated by Southeastern Louisiana 83-76. Utah State doing the Lord's work, beating Florida 65-62.
What's Florida's record now?
7-4.
Man, they're gonna be going to the Taxler Bowl.
They'll be in the NIT with us. Alabama played in the Rocket City Classic this weekend. Each year, the city of Huntsville and the VBC, where us 3 graduated high school.
That's right. That's right.
I'm assuming you graduated in the VBC.
I did graduate.
Yeah, see, we've all got something in common. But each year, Huntsville puts on the Rocket City Classic in the Von Braun Center there in Huntsville, and Alabama played Belmont this year, and Alabama won by 20. Ohio State also doing the Lord's work and beat Kentucky 71-65.
What's Kentucky's record?
8-3, and somehow they are the 6th ranked team in the country.
It's Kentucky.
Yep. Auburn, who is the best team in the SEC and one of 3 remaining undefeated teams in college basketball, beat Lehigh 74-51. Auburn is now 11-0 on the season and ranked 12th. They had a nice win over NC State last week, too.
They're fun to watch, man. Oh, boy, threw it off the backboard. 2-hand jam. Oh, man, that was fun to watch.
Yeah. Arkansas beat Valpo 72-68. Vanderbilt.
I thought Valpo was like dog food when I was growing up.
It does sound like dog food.
Yeah. Short for Valparaiso, but
yes,
it still sound like dog food.
Vanderbilt beat UNC Wilmington 88-73.
Who?
Vanderbilt. North Carolina Wilmington. A&M beat Oregon State 64-49, and USC beat LSU 70-68.
Man, how many losses does LSU have?
7-4.
Oh, they going to the Taxpayer Bowl too.
Yeah, and the best part of LSU's week was that they lost to ETSU earlier in the week, and then the last one, the most important victory for the SEC over the weekend. South Carolina beat number 9 Virginia yesterday in Charlottesville on the road. Virginia had been holding opponents to 44 points per game, and South Carolina scored 70 on them. So shout out to Frank Martin. And then New Mexico State beat Mississippi State 58-52.
That's huge for South Carolina in their schedule when it comes down for the tournament.
Yeah, man.
That'd be a big-time win.
I'm surprised they scored 70 points against Virginia.
I know, me too.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. That program is built on defense. Stop showing Patrick Mahomes counting to 10. Stop it.
Hey, look, there's Khalil Mack.
I mean, he got a 1 sack on Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes, after scoring a touchdown, was jogging off the court counting to 10 because he was the 10th pick of the draft, and he should have been the 2nd pick of the draft.
Who had the 2nd pick?
The Bears.
Who did we get?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Carolina boy.
He is a Carolina boy. That play that Lamar Jackson made at the right before halftime of the Browns game was just ridiculous. I think he had 183 passing yards over the final 2 minutes of the first half. He is without a doubt the MVP. He's so fun to watch, and I hate that he plays for the Ravens.
He is, man.
That's the play you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Ridiculous.
Who we got there on the phone?
Don.
Don, good morning. The Don.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Don.
Hey. Well, I know we talked ever since Saturday about Lamonte and the other things, and Kennedy probably out for the bowl game, which is not good, especially with Ryan Johnson transferring. But wanted to talk just a little bit about former Vol.
Mm-hmm.
That have you guys picked up on the last couple Celtics games in Grant?
Grant's been balling.
He's been balling. He's starting to stroke at 3. I noticed game 4 last year was 2 of 3 from 3. When he plays a lot, he usually does a lot. How surprised are you that he's doing this? And all the folks that were saying that he just didn't fit the NBA style.
Well, obviously, they're wrong because he fits the NBA style perfectly because he's a guy that can stretch the defense. He can shoot threes. He is a very intelligent, smart player. So he understands spacing. He understands how to screen and pop and read screens. I mean, he's been a very nice addition to this basketball team. Obviously, they got Kemba Walker from Charlotte. Kyrie Irving leaves. It's more of a fit from a point guard perspective. But Grant Williams he's a glue, man, and he's great in the locker room. The chemistry looks really, really good there with the Celtics. He's a perfect teammate. Right now he's averaging on 3 points, but his last couple games he's been really, really efficient. He shot 83% from the field, 50% from the three-point line against his hometown team with 12 points. So he's had 18 and 12 in his last 2 games.
Yep, I tell you, he's. I'm not a big NBA fan for various reasons.
I understand,
but when the Celtics are on, I do try to catch Grant.
Yeah,
he just, to me, I'm trying to think, man. He's just. There's just something about him that makes people smile. I smile. My wife, who, she's kind of a basketball fan, especially UT fan mainly. But, I mean, she can walk by if they're doing an interview with him, he's showing up on the local news or whatever. She'll always stop. She'll stop and check on Grant. What's Grant doing? What's Grant up to? And it's just, to me, it's kind of like a ray of sunshine to that league. But I don't know. It's, Chris Lofton was the last basketball player that I had as much fondness for as I did Grant Williams. And that's not a slight at Admiral or Josh and the other guys that were really good here, but it's just something about Grant Williams to me that makes him a special basketball player. And I go way back. I'm old. I go way back Ron Whitby days.
Mm-hmm.
But, outside of King and Grenfell, I think, last year Schofield and Williams was probably the best combo, or at least my favorite combos, that's played basketball over.
Yeah, Don, man. Thanks for the phone call, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Yeah, I mean, Grant was perfect here. I mean, just a perfect ambassador for Tennessee, on and off the basketball court. Didn't hurt that he was a Naismith finalist, and he lost because of a phenom in Zion Williamson. I mean, that's why he lost. But not surprised that Grant Williams had a slow start, but I mean, he's knocking down shots because he works extremely hard, and one of the best teachers at shooting the basketball in the game of basketball in Rick Barnes. Do y'all remember Kevin Punter's shot before Rick Barnes got a hold of him?
I remember Robert Hubb's shot before Rick Barnes got a hold of him.
I mean, you look at Jordan Bone's shot, you look at Admiral Schofield's shot, Grant's shot. Rick Barnes is a teacher of shooting the basketball. You will become a better shooter. So I can't wait to see Josiah James continue to develop shooting the basketball, Devontae Gaines, because he reminds me of, and Ben, I know you don't know who this is. I'm not going to give you any benefit of the doubt here. I know you don't know. But he reminds me of a little bit of a Stacey Augmon back in the day.
Okay.
They call him the plastic man. He was long, could do so many things, long arms, long limbs. But I think Devontae, once he develops a jump shot, he's gonna be deadly.
I like all of Tennessee's freshmen. I'm sure your comparison is a great one. I obviously do not know who that is.
Google that during the break. You'll
but
see.
The one that he really reminds me of is Jordan McRae, because of just his body, and he's long and slender. And Jordan McRae is a freshman that is just not a lot of weight on him, but can get to the basket, has a pretty shot. Has a good mentality. I like him, Pember, Olivier. Olivier's got to step it up, though. And Josiah. I like all Tennessee's freshmen.
Big time. 865-250-5503. Be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
There is a 40% chance of rain today, mostly cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 42. It will be mostly sunny tomorrow with a high near 64 and a low around 42. Look for more sunshine on Christmas Day with a high in the mid-60s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Be Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call Be Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. Be Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners, financing is available, and if you mention the Swain event, Be Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call Be Dry, 865-588-0454 or online at BeDry.com.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team. We all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange Faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown?
No, homie. Give me the word on what's going on.
Tell him what it is, Big Will.
Max, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport. So fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit, you get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
Oh, man, I've been waiting on this segment, guys. I've been waiting on this one. Easy for what today? In the world of recruiting, you have programs that try really hard. Sometimes they try a little too hard. And that is the case with Texas A&M, because on December the 19th, they decided to put out a tweet hyping up their recruiting class. And this tweet says, quote, "New ballers in the building," with eyeball emojis. And then the tweet proceeds to say, "#1 ranked position players from 7 different states are coming to Aggie Land." A&M has Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, New Jersey, what was that, Rhode Island or something, or Massachusetts, and then they have Tennessee. I'm sorry. Excuse me? Did you say that you signed the #1 defensive tackle from the state of Tennessee? Is that what you're trying to say? Because last time I checked, the #1 defensive tackle in the state of Tennessee, according to 247 and Rivals, it's either Jay Hardy or Amari Thomas, big boy from Broadcrest Christian in Memphis. And if you go look at the complete rankings for the state of Tennessee, Dallas Walker is like 13th in the state according to Rivals, 14th in the state according to 247. And I know Texas A&M said position rankings, but #1, that's false. #2, wait, we're not using the rankings as a way to market our recruiting and program, are we? We're not doing that right. Because if you're doing that, then I hope that we're not going to say that you don't care about recruiting rankings. I know that's not going to come out your mouth anytime soon, Texas A&M. It better not. You better not. You better not fix your mouth to say anything about the recruiting rankings not mattering if you're going to put this graphic out. Either it matters or it doesn't for you. You can't be anywhere in between. You can't. So I'll be watching Jimbo Fisher. I don't want to hear anything about recruiting rankings not mattering when you put out this false graphic stating that Dallas Walker, who's from Tennessee, was the number 1 rated defensive tackle in the state, and that's not true. And it's no offense to Dallas Walker. No shade towards Dallas Walker. He's going to a great school. He's going to play for a great coach, and he's getting a free education. So no shade towards Dallas Walker at all. This shade is towards Texas A&M for putting out false advertisement. I see what you're doing, Texas A&M. You're trying to make it seem like you came into our state and took our best player, and that's not the case. That's why I'm saying something. You ain't fooling me, Texas A&M. Don't even try it.
I got one for you.
What you got?
This is low-hanging fruit. Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, fighting for their playoff lives.
Yeah.
Last play of the game, their number 1 receiver, Amari Cooper, is not in the game.
That's easy. That's easy right there.
After the game, the reporters asked Amari Cooper, what happened? His reply, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't injured.
Ooh.
Head coach Jason Garrett asked, what happened? What was the strategy?
Ooh.
Jason Garrett says, it was just rotational. We had Tavon Austin in at that particular time.
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say just rotational because you're trying to make it seem like that they're equal, and we know that's not the case. You gave up a first-round pick to get Amari Cooper. You're gonna sign him to a big contract. Don't do that.
Then he also confirmed Amari Cooper's comment. No, he wasn't injured.
So that's kind of like 3rd and goal on the goal line and Jalen Hurd on the sideline. Kind of like that in 2015 against the Oklahoma Sooners. Kind of like that.
Or beast mode, Super Bowl.
Oh, not getting the ball?
Not getting the ball.
Yeah.
100% healthy.
I've got a couple of for what's. I feel like we are the Grinch this morning with all the for whats that we are handing out.
No, man,
but people need to be smarter.
This is a for what segment.
That's right. I am going to, I guess, either Washington or Philadelphia. Don't know where the game was played, but the Wizards 76ers game. 3 people get a for what for me. First, the 2 fans in the stands that were chirping at Isaiah Thomas. Y'all get a for what. Now, I do think it is funny. Or just to get the backstory first, Isaiah Thomas was shooting free throws, and 2 fans in the stands wanted a free Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was if an opposing player misses 2 consecutive free throws, everybody gets a free Frosty. And 2 fans who were intoxicated wanted a free Frosty. So when Isaiah Thomas made one of the 2 free throws, the fans gave Isaiah Thomas the Rashawn Golden salute, the double bird, and said something very explicit towards Isaiah Thomas, and Isaiah Thomas went up to the fans in the stands, and according to Isaiah Thomas said, "Don't be disrespectful. I'm a man before anything. Be a fan." And then the guy's response was, "I'm sorry, I just wanted a Frosty." So the 2 fans in the stands, y'all get it for talking reckless. I don't care if you wanted a Frosty or not. I don't care if you were drunk. You don't talk to people like that.
There's things you say to folks that you can't be surprised that they want to come confront you and put your hands on you.
Right.
You can't tell another grown man F-U-B word. Those are fighting words. Just because you pay your money just does not mean you can just say what you want to say. And earlier in the show, we confirmed that you can tell people that have not been punched in the face before because they just say whatever they want to say to anybody. They talk reckless. You can tell people who have not been in a fight before.
Oh, yes.
People who watch what they say, they remember those times back in the day. You say something crazy and somebody backslapped you.
Face the consequences. So I'm giving those two fans a for what, but I am also giving the NBA a for what because they suspended Isaiah Thomas for 2 games because he entered the stands, and NBA rules require that any player who enters the spectator stands on purpose during a game is to be automatically ejected and subject to a fine and/or suspension, the league said in its announcement Sunday. I get that it's a rule that players cannot enter the stands, but I think that this is a situation where you need to realize that Isaiah Thomas did not step out of bounds when he did enter the stands, and I think a 2-game suspension for Isaiah Thomas is ridiculous. If you want to fine him, okay, cool, I get it. You do have the rule in place, but as the rule states, subject to a fine or suspension. So I would have fined Isaiah Thomas and kept it moving. To suspend him for 2 games, I think is too much, considering the circumstance.
I think it's something in Philadelphia. This is not the first circumstance, if you guys remember last year, a few years ago with Russell Westbrook. The city of brotherly love. Not sure if it's too much love for the other side.
Oh, Philly fans are ruthless, man.
They
are mean, I've heard stories about the Eagle fans throwing like ice balls at Cowboys players and things like that. But I disagree with you on that one, Ben. I think because of Ron Artest a couple years ago there at the Mouse at the Palace, when you had him and Steven Jackson go into the stands and basically throw hands with fans, you have to draw a hard line with entering the stands. You absolutely can't do it. There's no gray area. Just don't do it at all. And I don't care if he didn't do anything or if it was just 2 steps. You just can't have it. I think it's kind of like the rule where there's a confrontation between 2 teams on the court, and the moment you step on the court from the sideline as a bench player, you're suspended to try to minimize bench clearing brawls. So I think that rule is put in place, and I think it's a smart rule. The things that the fans say to the players, I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
But as long as you don't say anything like racial or something like that, it wouldn't really bother me, honestly.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it wouldn't. FUB wouldn't bother me.
Yeah,
honestly.
And I think the Wizards were down by like 20 at the time, so maybe that had something to do with Isaiah Thomas snapping. He snapped.
He fell off so much, man.
He did, and because of that, what was it? Hip injury that he had?
Yeah, he had a hip injury with the Celtics, but he fell off so bad, man. It was just, he was coming up on the max contract deal, and I mean, he was tearing everyone up when he was with the Celtics, but he can't play in defense. He's so short, and he was a liability. So he played hurt, and then you remember his sister died in a car accident. And then he played with a heavy heart because he wanted to play for that franchise, and he could have set out, but he played, and then they go out and trade him. So it's just a stinky part about the business, man. And it is a business at the end of the day. It is a business, but that part stinks.
Are we giving Hines Ward a for what? Hines Ward is one of my all-time favorite Steelers. I love the way he played football.
Man? Why are you being petty? Why are you going to give him a forward?
And I would be bringing this up. First off, I would be bringing this up had the Steelers won or lost. And I would be bringing this up regardless of what team he was coaching for. So he is an offensive assistant for the New York Jets. And he talked all week about how this game meant a lot to him and he really wanted to win. And he asked for a Gatorade bath if the Steelers won. I mean, if the Jets did beat the Steelers, which they did, and they did give him a Gatorade bath. And I'm not bringing this up because it has the Steelers involved. If this happened in the Packers-Vikings game and Brett Favre was coaching for the Vikings and he asked for a Gatorade bath, if the Vikings beat the Packers, I would be giving Brett Favre a for what? This is similar to Butch Jones asking his players to pick him up after what game was that they won? The Music City Bowl?
Music City Bowl.
This is kin to that. I think that this is a little too much. I think it is silly and ridiculous to ask your team to give you a Gatorade bath. So I am giving a for what to Hines Ward, although I love him dearly and he is one of my all-time favorite Steelers.
You're 1,000% right. 100%, 100,000% right. You can't ask for a Gatorade bath. It's kind of like giving yourself a nickname.
Yes.
You can't do that.
You can't.
You can't. You can't do it. No. And when you said that Hans Ward asked for a Gatorade bath, I immediately thought about Bush Jones.
When I saw it on Twitter, I immediately thought of Bush Jones.
Pick me up. Pick me up. Pick me up. Come on, man.
Who asked to get picked up after a win?
Music City Bowl. Coach Foreman was picked up and carried off the field. It was his last game as the head coach of Tennessee, and he won a championship for Tennessee. He was 152-52 career record. Bush Jones asked to get picked up because he beat Nebraska in the Music City Bowl after failing to reach expectations with an NFL roster. He got a job yet?
He does have a job, just not the job that he wants.
Golly, man.
Speaking of the Music City Bowl, Alvin Kamara sure does know how to score touchdowns in Nashville, doesn't he? He had 2 yesterday for the Titans, and no, that is not a dig at the Titans. I wanted the Titans to win yesterday, so don't even go there.
Titan Bill gonna get you.
I know, right? Well, he'll call in and blame Swain for it.
Titans Bill has not called.
I don't exist to Titans Bill.
No,
Titans Bill does not know who I am.
No, he does not.
He also doesn't. I'm convinced he does not listen to the show, though. He just calls in when he wants to call in.
I'm convinced too. Right quick, man. Let's hit up Facebook Live comments.
Okay. A lot of people wishing us good morning as usual. Sherry said that your brother looks a lot like you. Enjoy your family. Merry Christmas to all. Love the show.
We both got a milk dog head.
You said it. Pam says, good morning, men. Can't believe I'm up this morning, but at least I have you guys to listen to. She also said that horrible news about Lamonte. I wish him all the best. Tina said, good morning, guys. Merry Christmas. Terry said, good morning, Vault Nation. Marty said, GBO, Merry Christmas. So a lot of people wishing us a Merry Christmas on Facebook.
I have another for what? I have to
10
wait.
seconds.
I have to wait till hour number 3. There's a Georgia fan who really thinks he's on the staff who posted a video, and I could not watch more than 10 seconds of it, but I'm going to try to watch it during the break. This fan thinks he's a coach at Georgia. He really he thinks he's a coach, man. Thinks he's a coach. Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenknoxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Then look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. All of their bottles and tumblers are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the tumbler market. New this year are their stemless 12-ounce tumblers, perfect for repping your team while enjoying your favorite wine. They also have new 3-in-1 jackets to use as a koozie for a can or bottle, or you can pop a lid on it and use it as a 12-ounce tumbler or coffee cup. Be sure to check out everything Game Time Sidekicks has to offer at GameTimeSidekicks.com. Game Time Sidekicks, helping fans show your colors and carry your team with unique gear you will actually use.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
Easy attaboy today. The one, the only, Rick Barnes gets our attaboy today. Richard Dale Barnes from Hickory, North Carolina, reached a milestone that only 22 other coaches in the history of college basketball can say they've reached themselves. That is 700 wins. 700 wins. Beating Jacksonville State, and we saw the video. If you did not see the video, I encourage you to go to Tennessee Basketball Twitter account, and you see a montage of awesome videos from coaches in the industry, players who are in the NBA, and President Bush. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. So thank you, Rick Barnes, for being a part of this community. I know the impact that he's had on Knoxville, and he will continue to have. I know what's important to him, and you can see it with his basketball players. They play with purpose. They don't always win every single game. They don't always play the way we want them to play. They don't make every shot, but we understand the type of men that Rick Barnes is developing inside of that program, and we appreciate that. And so Rick Barnes gets my attaboy today. 700 wins. And it just brings attention to how he's done that, which has been the right way. He's done it the right way. And we appreciate that. So thank you, Rick Barnes, for being here in Knoxville. And we know you had other opportunities. So attaboy.
I want to go back to signing day for my attaboy.
Okay.
Emmitt Smith's son, I believe his name is E.J. Smith.
E.J.
E.J. signed with Stanford, committed and signed with Stanford. And E.J., the son, had Georgia hat on the table, a Florida hat, which is the alma mater of Emmitt Smith. It's where Emmitt Smith played his college ball, and I thought that Emmitt Smith had a very cool message that I'm going to play. It's a minute 14 seconds long, but ESPN was broadcasting the announcement on, I guess, SportsCenter or on ESPNU on their National Signing Day coverage, and the host asked Emmitt Smith how it felt for his son to sign with Stanford and not go to Florida, and this is what Emmitt Smith had to say.
There's great emotion there, and Emmitt,
Last thing, he obviously did not pick up the hat of your alma mater. I wonder what just the advice that you gave him was throughout this process, knowing the schools that he was choosing between.
You know, I'm going to take this hat. I'm going to wear this hat. But I can wear this hat. He doesn't have to wear this hat. You know, his daddy went here. That doesn't mean that my son has to go there. At the end of the day, my son has his own journey. And it is his journey, not my journey. And for him to do the things that is best for him is what we teach all of our children. To find what is best for you and go make it happen for yourself. And I'm proud of him for standing up and being the man that he is, the man that he will continue to become. And I'm a Gator. He's still a Gator because he's in my family. And my wife is a Gator because she's in our family. So we're still a family of Gators, but we're supporting not only EJ, we support Skylar, we support Jasmine, we support Reagan, and Elijah. All of our children, no matter where they go. We're going to be parents first, then we can fall in with our kids, fall in second.
I just thought it was a cool message because we have seen so many times on signing day, Landon Collins comes to mind. The mom not being happy with where the son picks he is going to school and makes a scene about it. So I just thought it was a really cool, touching moment from Emmitt Smith and shows the type of leader he is for his family.
Yeah, I think it is an atrocity that a parent would show up their kid on National Signing Day or their commitment ceremony. That's their time. That's their time. You cannot agree with the decision, but don't embarrass your kid. If you don't like the decision, show up, show your support, and then have a conversation behind the scenes. I've never understood why parents allow themselves to get messy out in the public. Family issues should be within closed doors. And it happens every year. Whether a mom or dad either doesn't show up to a ceremony, or if they do show up, then they make it obvious that they're visibly displeased with their young man's decision. And I'm not a big fan of it at all. You know, Emmitt Smith was right. That it's his path. It's his journey. He has to play there for 4 years. He has to go to class. He has to like the coach. So why force him to go to a school that he don't want to go to? So I thought that was a great message. Thanks for that attaboy. What you got?
I got one for you. I'm
All right.
going up north to Minnesota. You
All
may
right.
have mentioned it before, but quarterback by the name of Casey O'Brien, 4-time cancer survivor, sees dream come true back in October as the placeholder for extra points. So, attaboy for Casey O'Brien.
I like it. I remember when I think him and PJ Fleck shared a moment there on the sideline, really emotional moment there. And so you understand why PJ Fleck is liked by so many people in the industry and the players. I said I had a for what before the break, and here we are returning from break with attaboy. So I kind of feel bad even mentioning what I have for what right at this moment.
This is a good for what.
Do it.
I wish we could play it.
We can't play it. It's too much profanity. But so there's a Georgia fan who puts out a video. It's 2 minutes, and it's a rant. Apparently, some Georgia fans have had some comments and feelings about the way that he is reported news as a fan and reported recruiting nuggets.
Interesting.
And he was not happy about it at all. So he goes on a rant explaining himself. And, wow, it's something else. You should check it out. At Ray_UGA. This was tweeted out about 11 hours ago. And, whoo! Boy, SEC football is something else, right? Wow.
That is one way to put it.
Wow.
Said, go Dogs, go SEC. There were so many for what's in that video that you played during the break. Oop.
Makes me sick.
Makes me sick.
We got intel.
That was the best part. A, he's rooting for the SEC. B, he's upset with other Georgia fans. You better be careful. You better be careful.
It's at the end.
You better be careful.
Dropping some bombs there.
Making fun of fans for making fun of him for recruiting intel. He's rooting for the SEC. He's definitely rooting for LSU to win the national championship, isn't he?
Definitely.
Now, I will give him credit. If you click on his profile, I think it's a pinned tweet. But he says, yes, it is a pinned tweet. My 3 SEC football teams to watch out for in 2020. Auburn and Tennessee. Puts Auburn number 1, Tennessee number 2. So, a Georgia fan who is supposed to hate Auburn and Tennessee.
He lives in Washington.
What?
In his profile, he has hashtag.
You gonna read the first one?
No, I'm getting politics. Hashtag Gonzaga. Hashtag Monty Rice. Hashtag Tate Ratledge. Hashtag James Coley. You know what?
Hashtag coffee.
I mean, I like that hashtag.
Hashtag RBU. Running back U.
I mean, hey, whatever. I can't disagree with that right now.
Hashtag rise above hate.
I love that hashtag.
That was an interesting video, to say the least.
We'll just
leave it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Make sure you cover your kids' ears.
It's something else. It's funny at the end. I was rolling laughing at the end.
He said, "Go Dogs, go SEC."
Go
What?
SEC.
What? Doesn't work like that.
SEC. You gonna root for the team that just smashed y'all in the championship?
and then since y'all think Athens and Atlanta is the same thing, you're gonna watch them roll on Oklahoma here on Saturday to make it to the national championship game in your hometown.
Golly, this makes no sense. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
For a limited time only, Hiller is offering 0% interest financing for up to 48 months on qualifying high-efficiency HVAC systems. With no down payment required, expert installations, and convenient monthly payments, now is the perfect time to schedule. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health, and most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell him what it is, Big Will.
Mac, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hopalong boots and a pistol that shoots is the way.
So when I take a look at what the experts are saying about Harrison Bailey, I see things like great mechanics, can draw the ball down the football field, and where Harrison Bailey is maybe dinged on a few things is mobility inside of the pocket and his footwork. And so that's something that will be corrected. That's something that will be worked on here at Tennessee. And he has a great quarterback coach as it is now, who's been working with him ever since he looks like in middle school or early high school. But I'm going to venture out and say middle school. It looks very, very young in the photos that I saw. But a good 6'4", 6'5", and you look at the game, Marietta versus, I forgot what team they were playing there in Las Vegas. He's very familiar with the RPO, understands how to read it.
He had one throw on the RPO.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how the ball got through there.
Oh, yeah, threading it through the needle. Just we have someone who's polished and developed. And what Vol Nation said was really interesting, that he hopes he comes in red shirts, not because, like, he won't be ready, but I hate stunting the growth of a young quarterback if we don't have to. Just throwing them out in the fire. Some guys can handle it, some guys can't. And some guys are prepared to do that, and they're put in situations and set up to be successful. I thought Josh Dobbs was set up to fail as a freshman. He was not ready to go in there and try to protect a bad football team, that did not have any playmakers on the outside, had a pretty good running game in 2013, but just was incomplete. And I think Harrison Bailey has more weapons and more chances to be successful as a true freshman, because you'll have a running game, you'll have an offensive line that's played with each other for a while, you'll have a defense, and I think Harrison Bailey will be probably more ready to play with better talent around him than Josh Dobbs. But you think about at Clemson, Trevor Lawrence will be back 1 year, and then their top-rated quarterback that they signed from California, he'll have the keys to the show for the next 3 or 4 years. And so that top-rated quarterback from California, who's like number 2 overall, he's going to sit this year. And you come out blazing, redshirt freshman, and then you have 4 years after that. Freshman year, you come out and maybe, you kind of have that trial by fire. You get baptized in the SEC, and maybe you're not set up to be successful. There's a lot of value in redshirting. I'm not saying that he should. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of value, and if it happens, great. If he doesn't, let's roll. Obviously, he has shown that he's developed, and I think under Jim Chaney, he'll be okay. I saw what Jim Chaney did to the quarterbacks this year. So I'm not going to sit here and make any, like, proclamations that he's going to be a starter and, he's going to take over, because I don't know that. I don't know that really about any freshman quarterback. So we'll see. I'm just really intrigued by how polished he is. He's played against really good competition in Georgia, and he's been committed for so long. I can't wait. Can't wait for him to come here.
I could not be in agreement more with you and Vol Nation. I think Harrison Bailey redshirting but still being able to play in 4 games is the best possible scenario for Tennessee. You hit the nail on the head talking about his development. Not only would that be great for him, but if Harrison Bailey redshirts, to me, that tells me that Jarrett Garantano not only returned, but JG also had a really good year. And Tennessee did not need Harrison Bailey. So I think on multiple levels, it's the best thing that could happen for Tennessee is if Harrison Bailey redshirts and then JG moves on, and then theoretically you still have Brian Maurer, JT Shrout, Kasim Hill. Then you let those guys and Jimmy Holiday. You let all those.
You ain't gonna have all them.
I know you won't. I know you won't. But we'll say we'll throw Brian Maurer in there. Maybe you'll have Jimmy Holiday. But my point is, you'll have several guys that battle it out for the 2021 season, and hopefully, and Harrison Bailey should be ready by then. So I think it'd be the best case scenario for Tennessee.
Name of that high school? East Side Catholic School in Sammamish, Washington.
What's that school? Where
who they beat? Who Marietta beat?
Okay, got you. Oh, no wonder.
Speaking of,
they play football in Washington.
Apparently,
in Sammamish, Washington.
What is that?
That's the Georgia fan does play-by-play work for them. I'm just kidding. I don't know that for sure.
Man.
I didn't know they played
No
football.
wonder they beat the brakes off them. Not taking anything away from the win, because still it was a great win. But I mean, it's just some parts of the country you just don't take high school football serious.
That is one of those parts. Have you heard about this DJ Ugalele kid? I mean, he throws like 85 yards in the air.
Yeah,
and he could go play professional baseball if he wanted to.
Yeah,
and he's supposed to be bigger and better than Deshaun Watson.
I've heard about him. Mm-hmm.
And Clemson is going to redshirt him. I don't care if Jarrett Garantano is coming back for a 5th year. If Tennessee signed him, he'd be starting day 1.
We can talk about the quarterback situation and what's going to happen next year, but it really all depends on how JG plays.
Yes.
I think if he comes out and he plays like he did against BYU or Georgia State, I think you got to go with the young players. But I think right now, the way Jarrett's playing, you have the opportunity to not rush a true freshman out there if you don't have to.
Yep.
Let's go to the phones.
We've got Devontae.
Devontae, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning, man.
Golly, boy, you all right?
Man, I'm on my third week of being sick, man. This is horrible, ain't it?
Golly, man. Maybe it's something maybe it's Alabama. Maybe it's being down there, man.
I tell you, man. I think it's because Memphis beat Tennessee. That's the last day I went sick, man.
Yeah, man, maybe it's a curse. All that stuff you was talking about being a Memphis basketball fan and a Tennessee football fan, maybe you've been cursed, man.
Wouldn't Memphis be
Man, dude, I ain't been right since that game, man.
Man, I mean,
I don't know what it is.
You've had a stuffy nose for about 2 weeks. That's a record.
Man, actuality, though, in a couple more hours, I might just go to the ER or doctor. I'm one of them dudes, I'm old-fashioned, man. I don't like going to the doctor. I'm a man's man. I can do it myself, and I'll fight it. But I can't fight this no more. I'm hurt.
Yeah, man. You sound like you need to go get some advice from a doctor.
I'll be in Huntsville later today. I'm staying away from you, Devontae.
Man, I wish I could. I wish I could get out with you. Being honestly, man, I drank a bottle of this Mucinex night shift. I drank a bottle of that in 3 days, man. Whole bottle. I'm trying to make sure my kidneys don't lock up drinking all this artificial medicine.
Yeah, I'm staying away from you.
Yeah, it would have been beautiful to go somewhere and grab a couple of chicken wings and talk sports with you, Ben. It would have been lovely, but
we'll make it happen.
I guess I'll take a rain check.
We'll make it happen.
You can't even taste them. You can't even taste the wings.
Nah, I can't taste nothing. Smell nothing, taste nothing. It sucks. I was eating some chili last night. It tastes like I was eating a bowl of clay.
Golly, man. I feel so bad for you.
But, I called. There's a couple things I want to talk about. I ain't going to be long. Harrison, I want to talk about Harrison, then I want to talk, I don't know if I want to talk Indiana football or Tennessee Titans football, but I'll get back to it. But Harrison, my thing with Harrison, my first thing I want to say this morning, I didn't say. I think we got Darnell Washington. It ain't because Harrison posted that. I always had a strong feeling that we got Darnell Washington, and this is my conclusion of why we got Darnell Washington.
Okay.
Every year since this staff came, we done got somebody from the West Coast. Every year. You know what I'm saying? And that's the person from the West Coast this year, because this year we don't have a West Coast person on the roster. That's the West Coast person. In my eyes, I think we got them. It's just...
I don't know, man. Your eyes kind of red right now, though, so I don't know if I trust your eyes.
Hey, I wish I could go put my name in the crystal ball, baby. I'd be 1 for 1 right there, and that'll be my crystal ball of the year right there.
I don't know, man. I hope you're right. I don't have a good feeling about Darnell Washington, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope you are right, because he's
okay.
He's a really good high school football player.
Okay, tell me your reason why you feel like you don't. Because I know why you feel like we're not getting Darnell Washington from your aspect.
I would rather not share reasons why I think we're not getting him. Let's just say I don't think we're getting him.
Okay. I feel like we're going to get him. But the quarterback room next year, man, I honestly think 100% that, like y'all say, four games and he redshirt. I always felt like Harrison was going to be a redshirt when he came, just because how deep the quarterback room is, but at the same time, them boys can't come out slow. None of them. Only person who can really have a chance to come out slow at quarterback is Kasim Hill and or Harrison Bailey. Like the other quarterbacks been there for 2 years in that system, so we expect good quarterback play regardless of who the quarterback is. But my personal opinion, I think, like y'all was saying, he play 4, and he out of there, and I don't really think he gonna play. Well, yeah, I can see 4. But man, I don't think he played this year. I know a lot of people expecting him to come in and just take the job.
I hope he does. I hope he plays it. I hope he practices so well that they're really thinking about it. That means it's going to raise the game of everybody else on that football field. I hope he comes in guns a-blazing. I really do.
You think his skin tough enough for Tennessee fans, bro? Like, I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Man, if he come in as a freshman and all these folks to ordain him the next Peyton Manning, and he trip and fumble them first couple of weeks or first couple of games that he start, bro, they're gonna be attacking him like he was a no-star. Like, our fans is gruesome. They vicious. And I don't want that young freshman boy to have to take on so much.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Devontae. All right, Devontae, we're going to let you go to the ER.
All right, man. I'm going to keep listening, man. Y'all have a blessing.
All right, see you, man. What kind of medicine? He's taking Mucinex and it still hasn't done anything to him?
That's something serious.
He's got something real wrong with him. Valso has a great question on the text box.
He probably just needs a little bowel movement. He'd be all right. That's what the grandma used to say. Did you sit on the toilet yet, baby? Did you sit on the toilet yet? Go sit on the toilet. You'll be just fine.
The problem is he ain't taking no Robitussin. He need Robitussin.
He need Robitussin.
He need the Robitussin.
He need Tussin. That's it.
Valso wants to know if Brian is the same brother that you lost the Uno game last year for calling the sun red.
Ooh. I said, let bygones be bygones. What was that, last year? We still talking about that?
That was the first thing we talked about when you walked in the door on Friday. I was like, hey, man, y'all want to play some Uno? And I was like, nah, never mind. Yep, this is the same brother.
I think he would rather have his youngest daughter as a partner than me.
Yeah. Valso, this is the same brother. Yeah. For those that don't know what we're talking about,
tell them the story.
So we're playing Uno around the table last year, and we having some adult beverages, having a good time, whatever. And in Uno, there's no team, okay? Everyone is by themselves. But there was someone at the table that had won multiple times, and we were tired. I was tired of seeing them win.
Right.
And I threw out a card to change the color. And I saw the card of the person next to me who had Uno. Like, I saw the card. And I think it was like a green or blue or something like that. And I wanted Brian.
I had to change color card.
Yeah, you had to change color card. And I wanted Brian to change the color to, what, yellow?
Yellow.
So I wanted you to change the color to yellow. So I was like, man, whew, it sure is sunny outside.
And I looked at him. Red.
Red, bro. Red? And I think we lost. I think the person had red.
They definitely.
So they had a red in their hand. Excuse me. So they had a red in their hand, and I told Brian, "Hey, man, it sure is sunny outside." To tell him to throw out a yellow, and he threw out a red, and the person who went next had a red, and boom, they won the game. So I'm just staring at Brian like, "What are you doing?
In what universe is the sun red?"
What are you doing, Brian?
Come on, Brian.
Precursor, he did say we had adult beverages, so
yeah.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
That's no excuse.
No excuses.
90s Vol said, "Will dang, we ain't getting Darnell. Swain dropping nuggets this morning." It's just a feeling. Just a feeling.
Like Black Eyed Peas.
Just a feeling, yeah. Just a feeling. Alex in North Carolina says, I agree with you, Swain. To me, JG gets to lose his job from here on out unless Harrison Bailey, someone else, flat out wins it in practice. JG gets to lose his job one more time. Not that he will, but it's his last strike to me. It benefits everyone if he plays well, so hopefully he does. Reminds me of a president. You may want someone else, but it's better for all involved than Cummett just does his job. So
great point.
There you go. Volso says in Brian's defense, Japan, the sun is considered red. That's right, Brian. Merry Christmas, Swain event.
Boom. Who was that? Shout out.
Volso,
appreciate you.
The one that called you out, but then came back and had your back.
Yeah.
They threw me under the bus, but came back for me.
Ken says, it just amazes me how you guys have 1,000% written Brian Maurer off. I don't get it. Merry Christmas, guys. Love the show.
I just said that after Jarrett Garantano leaves, that Harrison Bailey and Brian Maurer will fight for the starting job in a perfect scenario in 2021.
Yeah. Let's call. We'll take this phone call. We're going to call Austin Price, get him on because we're not doing a show Tuesday. We got to talk recruiting today.
Oh, nice. Well, let's get to Daytona then.
Let's get Daytona. Call AP. Daytona, good morning.
How's life in Knoxville?
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good.
How are you?
Ryan, it's a pleasure listening to you this morning. My first chance of getting to hear Swain's big brother on the air with him.
Big brother? I don't know about that. Little brother. 2 years.
That's all right.
It's all good.
Hey, you know why you never got in any fights? Because he honestly knows he would have whooped the Swain.
You probably would have.
In basketball, too.
I don't know. There's a time or two where he got me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
in all seriousness, guys, I wanted to wish y'all a Merry Christmas to you guys and your families. I want to tell y'all how much, because I've only been calling for how long? A few months?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a very important part of my day. I appreciate y'all's dedication, your insight, and many blessings upon you and your family this Christmas season.
Well, thank you so much, Daytona. Really appreciate you, man, and hope you have the best Christmas ever with those grandkids. So thank you so much. Let's go back to the phones. We're not doing a show tomorrow, but we do have on Austin Price of VolQuest.com talk recruiting. Not doing a show tomorrow, and he's been so gracious enough to join us this morning. So let's get to our main guy, Austin Price, VolQuest.com. AP, good morning.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
What's up, man? Can you do a Santa mixed with Jeremy Pruitt?
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, man, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. Austin Price's Time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty Group, 865-257-7897. That is Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. If you need anything real estate related, you need to buy, sell, or invest, Jennifer Morris is who you need to call. All right, AP. Tennessee did a really good job on early signing period. Did they hit on everyone that they want? Did they miss out on anyone? What was kind of your opinion and of how well or not that Tennessee did their early signing period?
Well, I mean, it's easy to put the orange-colored glasses on and say, "Man, it was awesome." But the truth is they really did kind of in my opinion, knock it out of the park on Wednesday. I mean, did they get everybody they wanted for the class? No, but you knew going in they weren't going to land some of the guys that they were up for. They went into signing day Wednesday, or the first day of the signing period, with 5 realistic options, and they went 5 for 5. And the cherry on top, and probably the most difficult one of all, was Morven Joseph. He joined Chris Lowe and I on The Nation last night, and he said that he had made that decision up 2 weeks before then, that it was Tennessee, and just took a token visit to Florida State, and just nothing measured up to Knoxville. And so now you go into the second signing period with 4 spots left open. Without a doubt, the biggest fish out there, and the guy that they'll be trying to reel in, and they'll spend every moment they can in the city of Chattanooga, is Jay Hardy, as they try to flip him back from Auburn. And but Tennessee added playmakers. You add a playmaker like Jimmy Holiday, who's going to start his career at quarterback and will have every chance to win the job. Now, whether he does or not, that's up to him. But, I mean, he'll at least start there and battle Harrison Bailey and some of the other guys in that quarterback room. And then, but he's a playmaker with the ball in his hands. And honestly, next year, probably, potentially could see them field more than Harrison, just based off the fact that, JG's set to return and should be the starter unless Harrison just beats him out. And then, 2, Jimmy Holiday can fulfill that Wildcat package, Jason, that Tim Jordan and Jawan ran this past year, and he's more of a natural quarterback than those guys. And, so it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out at that quarterback spot. But when you look across the board, they had Tyler Barron, and that's a huge get for Tennessee. They just added guys that can help them, much like this 2019 class had players like Jalen McCullough and Wanye Morris and Darnell Wright and Ramel Keaton. And, obviously Henry's the guy that started from the moment he stepped foot on campus. But, I mean, it was more than just him. I mean, they had guys help them all year long in just some small roles like a Ramel Keaton. So, Tennessee's going to hope that this 2020 class can do the same thing.
Austin, what do you think the plan is for the quarterback room? We were kind of talking about that before we had you on, but with Jimmy Holiday, with Harrison Bailey, I know you have JG coming back, you have Brian Mowen, JT Shrout, you have Kasim Hill entering the fold. Do you think there's a true quarterback competition next season? And in terms of redshirting, do you think the plan will be for Bailey to redshirt but play in 4 games, or do you think he'll be the number 2, or just your overall thoughts on the quarterback room for next year?
Well, I think they'll get through the spring, Ben, and then try to figure out where they're at with that quarterback room. Does one of them leave? I would venture to say one of them leaves. Shrout makes the most sense. He's from California. He's not really played hardly at all, and he's got enough on tape now at this level to potentially, use that and springboard it into, transferring somewhere else, somewhere where somebody sees potential in him. Outside of that, I don't really see Kasim Hill being a real factor. I can also see him moving positions. I mean, Tennessee's going to, have a pretty full quarterback room, even if one of those guys transfers. Maybe he does stay at quarterback and just, provides depth, but, maybe they have a package for him. Obviously he's an athlete that can make plays, and he did so at Maryland. So, I don't think Harrison Bailey is going to be thought of as the starter going into next year, but I do think he'll have every chance to go out and win the job. But the problem is a guy that's been on campus for 5 years versus a guy that's been on campus for 5 months, there's a big difference in knowledge. And, that means you're going to have to be extra special in every other category to win that job. So it makes more sense to me for, Harrison to come along slowly and be ready for that 2021 season. Maybe you do play him in the 4 games because you're allotted that, and go from there.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com here. There's a large number of guys there on VolQuest of potential targets or targets for Tennessee as Tennessee is trying to fulfill this class. And one of those names on there is D. Beckwith from North Alabama, who is listed as an athlete, 6'4.5", some change, 250, 215, and you watch his film, and he's doing it all for his high school. What's Tennessee's chances with him, and how is Tennessee looking with him?
Well, if you were asking me to handicap it right now, I think Tennessee's the leader. Now, this thing I think will get dicey because there's just not enough bodies. There's not enough supply for the demand in January and February. So anybody that's a really good player that hasn't signed is going to see extra attention from a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll be one of the top candidates for this because he is such a versatile athlete. Thus, I do think Tennessee's likely to have a really good shot to land him, but I do think that it's going to be tough. Right now it's kind of Kentucky, Florida, Ole Miss is kind of running fourth, and then, of course, Tennessee, I said, in my opinion, has the lead. I mean, you don't understand now. This kid fancies himself as a basketball player. He's a cousin of Lamonte Turner. If you said, hey, you got a full ride to play basketball at Wake Forest, or you could play football at Alabama, I honestly think he picks Wake Forest basketball over Alabama football. I just think that he loves basketball that much.
I mean,
the problem is he's not going to get that offer, okay? But Kentucky, Florida, and Tennessee have all told him he can walk on. Or not walk on, but he has a basketball offer. He has a basketball offer, so he would really be on football scholarship, but would have the chance to play on the basketball team. And so there's the appeal there, with those schools. But those are the kind of the top 3 right now. But like I said, there are going to be other schools that come in there, and they're going to make things difficult. But D. Beckwith, like I said, cousin of Lamonte Turner, Tennessee's been involved from the jump, and then his head coach Will Hester is from the Mid-State. Used to be the head coach at Ravenwood and Nolensville. He's now the head coach down there in Florence, Alabama. And Tennessee staff has ties in Florence, Alabama. So, I think Tennessee's positioned well there, but by no means is it done.
Austin, I know you're dug into Tennessee recruiting, but throughout the signing period, what were some of the SEC teams that maybe caught your eye or impressed you or you were not impressed with?
Well, I think on the whole, it's just kind of your traditional teams. But, I mean, it's hard not to look at what Kentucky has, started to do in football and, be impressed a little bit. I mean, they did a nice job of getting Josiah Hayes on Wednesday, young man from Mississippi. Obviously, they already had Justin Rogers, Trayvon Ripka, and then, of course, they got Oxendine on Wednesday as well. So, they end up with 8 4-star players or better. Actually, I think it ended up going to 9 when Joel Williams picked Kentucky on Thursday. They were, I think 5th or 6th in the league when it comes to number of 4-stars that they got in the class. Georgia had 15, Florida had 14, Tennessee had 13. I mean, Tennessee's right there battling, but sneaking up on those teams right behind them is a team like Kentucky, and then kind of going in the opposite direction, South Carolina, they only had 4, and they're a program that had been very hot in recruiting, 9 months ago, but when their season kind of fell on hard times and all the rumors and stuff started about Muschamp's job being unsafe and then, changes on the staff, then things changed.
Let me ask you this, Austin, and get you out of here, man, because I know with school being out, the kiddos around, it can be kind of difficult to get a quiet 10 minutes, so I really appreciate you joining us.
You know what I did? I had to go out to the car. I'm sitting in my car outside. The only place I knew that I could actually get peace, because if I was standing around outside, my kids were liable to walk up and go, Daddy, 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 and then,
Well, I usually hide from my kids in the bathroom. You don't do that?
Well, I figured it would sound like I was in the bathroom, and I didn't want everybody to think I was, using the bathroom while I was talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I go into the bathroom and they're like, "All right, we'll see you in about an hour." I go in there and hide out.
You got that? My question is like, does your bathroom have like an egg crate thing on the wall? That way, the sound absorbs. That way, it doesn't echo. If that's the case, then that's probably a good move.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have that. It's not built like a studio or anything, but I guess it might as well be since it's right next to the studio. But yeah, I usually go in there and disappear for about 30 minutes or whatever.
That's where you do your best thinking.
That's absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's where all the show notes come from and the show prep, for sure. Also, where's Tennessee's position of need on this roster? Offense, defense, where would you think Tennessee needs to focus on?
For the last 4 spots?
Yes.
I think Tennessee could use another receiver. They obviously could use another, defensive end. Somebody can get to the quarterback. I'm not sure that guy's out there. To me, it's if I was, kind of hand-picking Tennessee's class from here on out, Jay Hardy would be number one, far and above everybody else. No, not even close.
Yeah.
After that is D. Beckwith. After that is probably a receiver that can run. You look at Corey Wren out of Louisiana, was once committed to Georgia. He's a little jitterbug, but he can fly. You look at Jakari Caldwell, a guy that continues to rise up the ranks out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. He would be right there. And then after that, I would probably leave that 4th spot open for a potential transfer, whether it be a grad transfer or just a regular transfer. And that's kind of the way I would position these last 4 spots. And then kind of look and say, okay, where are we short? If you go take a grad transfer, where are we short? What position? All right, who's going to be the best guy out there that potentially could do that? And wait to see who kind of comes available, and then, go hard after them and say, look, we need you. We don't have anybody.
I'm with it. Austin, Christmas this week. What do you guys have planned over at VolQuest for your subscribers?
Well, we're going to have kind of like a recap of the year, a recap of the football season on Christmas Day with kind of our superlatives, our Christmas Day superlatives, and then we'll have continued recruiting coverage throughout the week. Rob will get us ready for Tennessee and Wisconsin this weekend, and then we'll get ready to head down to sometimes balmy, sometimes not, Jacksonville, Florida on Saturday. Tennessee starts practice Sunday.
I love it, man. I love it. Austin, thanks so much for joining us, man. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and send us love to the Price family.
The same to you guys, and just remember, when that big guy dressed all in orange comes down on Wednesday night, ho, ho, ho.
That's right. Santa Pruitt.
See you guys.
See ya. Corey Wren is interesting because he's 5'9". He's fast. He's a jitterbug, like Austin said, but he's 5'9". So you still want the height, which is why Jakari Caldwell stands out. He's 6'4", and he's a 4'4" guy. So which direction will Tennessee go into? You had a bunch of power forwards and centers already on this team at wide receiver, and you brought in some guys with more speed, but they're a little bit shorter than the guys who are leaving. Callaway and Juwan Jennings, who is 6'4". So David Johnson definitely ties down Louisiana. Will those ties pay off for Corey Wren, for Tennessee, in getting Corey Wren? Thanks to Austin Price. His time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty. Her telephone number, again, is 865-257-7897. We'll take our last break of the day here in the Swain event, and then we'll be back on Friday as we celebrate Christmas here in East Tennessee. Swain event, be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
There is a 40% chance of rain today, mostly cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 42. It will be mostly sunny tomorrow with a high near 64 and a low around 42. Look for more sunshine on Christmas Day with a high in the mid-60s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all of those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
You know what? The holiday season reminds me of SEC football. You need touchdowns over turnovers. So let me tell you about my friends who are ready to help. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union is ready to help you make this holiday season special for you and your family. They offer a special holiday loan at a very low interest rate and affordable payment to help you make those purchases for your family this holiday season. Oh, I get it. You're going all out this year. You're going to get that car, that boat, motorcycle, or camper for that special someone in your life. Alcoa 10 has the lowest interest rates around. They have money ready to lend you to help you make this holiday season one you would never forget. The process is fast, easy, and painless, and the decisions are made local, so you gotta give the loan experts at Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union a call, 865-977-3118, or check them out and apply online, atfcu.com. Better rates, better service, Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
This is where it comes right here. This is where it's at right here. There it is. Mariah Carey, boy. You can't beat this song, man. All I Want for Christmas. Woo! Let's go back to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. We got about 6 minutes. Got 3 callers. I guess we do the math, and that's about 2 minutes apiece, right? Who's first?
Travis.
Travis, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, I'm at work. I listen in all day. I might miss out on a thing or two. But did Austin Price, did he even mention Darnell Washington?
Nope.
Okay. Am I allowed to speculate on a recruit on your show without, you don't have to comment?
Go for it.
So, with Austin Price not even mentioning his name, and Brian Niedermeyer being as petty as he is, in a good way for Tennessee fans, him not saying nothing, no shades coming down on no gifts or nothing. And I have to agree with Devontae. That boy's clad in orange. It's just, in my opinion, too obvious. And I know he don't want his recruitment blown. Everybody know what's going on. So, that's why I figured maybe you don't want to comment, or maybe I'm just blind as a bat and can't see. But it just seems obvious to me he's coming to Tennessee.
I hope so.
Anyways, yeah, I appreciate you guys' show, man. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Travis. Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope so, Darnell Washington, but I'm being honest, I don't have a good feeling about it. So that's no smoke screen. That's just how I feel. Let's get to Big Orange Mac. Big Orange Mac, Merry Christmas.
Hey, man, Merry Christmas.
That's right. Fabulous.
Man, I want to touch on this recruiting real quick. I'm going to get your opinion on it. I think I'll just move the whole thing instead of January 5th, 6th, whatever it is. Go on ahead and move it on up to last week because, heck, just about everybody got their class signed and everything.
That's right.
Go on ahead and move it up and be done with it. These shade tree recruiting analysts, we got them in our fan base. The cat down in Georgia. Y'all need to go get help. Go seek professional help. I don't know what you need, but it's getting out of hand. Chill, all right? Hey, if a kid come here, cool. If he don't, hey, that's all right. There's plenty more young men out there to come play ball. Got inside info and this. Y'all getting a little too crazy with it. Go get some help. Get some help. Hey, Jay Swizzle, Benjamin, y'all have a good one. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. I ain't going back to work till January 2nd. Y'all have a good.
Hey. Yes, sir. That's how you do it, Sam Pittman. That's how you do it. Yes, sir. All right, who's next?
Volstorm.
Volstorm, man. Got to end the show before Christmas with Volstorm.
Going to be coming to Devontae's house with a Costco-sized case of Tuscan.
That's what he needs. That's what he need to ask Santa for.
Guys, y'all know Ben's wife hid his presents in the refrigerator because she know he ain't going to find them.
Nope.
Guys, right. I just wanted to get on here and say Merry Christmas to you. And I got a quick question for you on my way out.
What's that?
What time is Khalil Mack going to Whoville to steal Christmas? See you, boys!
Oh, man.
That was a good one.
Devontae should ask for clear nostrils from Santa.
Santa, please. That was a good boy this year.
Yeah, I just want to be able to breathe. I just want to be able to breathe and taste my food. Poor Devontae, man.
That's the worst.
Nothing worse than being sick on Christmas.
On Christmas. No, but seriously, Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday with their family. I always appreciate everyone listening every day. Nobody will ever understand how much joy it brings me to do this show on a daily basis and to spend time with my older brother Swain and his beautiful family. So I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and look forward to seeing y'all on Monday because I will not be here Friday.
Yeah, Brad will fill in on Friday, and thank you for the kind words, Ben. You're not offended that I gave you your present without being wrapped, right? I ain't wrap it. I didn't put it in the gift bag. I was like, here, man, take this.
No, it's just a great sign of us being true friends because I don't wrap my gifts either.
All right, that works, man. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone. We'll be back on Friday, 7 a.m. For Ben McKee, my brother Brian here, I'm Jason Swain. Peace and love. Merry Christmas.